Oops.
I love it when we get an oops at the start. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode number 148 for the 28th of October, 2022. My name is Fraser. I'm joined on my left by Dave.
Hello.
And on my right by Oops.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Nice.
Not
this-
bad.
this-
Not bad.
Not bad?
Not
Okay.
bad.
Not
Week's
bad
gone
as
very
well.
quick. But...
Oh, that's something, I guess. Yeah,
It does feel like it was in a shit. What? Something.
Neil is in something. Lord is saying you're in a. I don't know.
A shit hotel. I don't know why the hotel got blocked out, but not the shit. Chat. There we go.
Well, welcome to the show, everyone, and thanks for joining us on this wonderful Friday night. I'm looking out my window. It's a gorgeous autumn day, blue skies. I'm sure you guys are looking out your windows, and it's dark as molasses.
I'm looking at my curtains because it's that time of day where you have your curtains shut.
Do you have net curtains?
No.
Nobody has net curtains anymore.
Only old people have net curtains.
Yeah.
It's our parents' generation have net curtains. Maybe our kids will have net curtains. Maybe it skips a generation.
Let's hope so.
It's definitely not having it in my house.
As far as I can tell, there's lots for us to be getting on with. So I suppose we should just bang on straight away and let Neil give us the fantasy football lowdown.
All right, let's see if my stream deck's working, shall we?
Sure. Feel free.
It's not fucking working. What the fuck is going on? We're going to have to do everything manually by hand.
Oh, no.
Right. Fantasy football update. Okay.
It's going to be one of those shows, isn't it?
14? Are we up to game week 14?
I don't know.
Whatever week it is, I don't know. Okay. So, best scorer of the week was Paul Davies. Scored 72 points with his Welsh Wizards FC. With Suma and Pilch on 70 points. Very close. Top scoring seal, Pilch, 70 points. Worst scoring seal is Dave. Dave back at the bottom on 43 points.
Yeah, I did bad that week.
Not me, though.
Not you for the first time in a couple of weeks, that's for sure. Pilch is now top on 719 points. Lords is second on 700 points. Paul Davies is third on 698. Long-time leader and well-known mute Nathan is down to fourth on 690.
Have we not hoofed him?
No. Well, he's doing shit now, so it's fine. We can stay in. He's dropping down. He's dropping like a stone. We need someone to get at the bottom.
Well, I think you should just hoof him anyway.
How was your team? How did your team do? You did okay. 50 points.
I did okay.
53?
I didn't captain Haaland. I paid the price for that. But I still.
You were only 3 points less than me, and I did captain Haaland. So.
Yeah, so I'm okay with that. I feel like we turned a corner. Now, the big question is this week.
What are we doing this weekend?
Everyone doing this weekend?
Oh, I've already made some changes.
Potentially, he's either got the flu, he's got a knock. He might play, he might not. What do you do?
I can't see him coming on. And if he comes on, he's not going to play a full 60.
Yeah, but he might come on in for 15 minutes and score a hat trick. Who are they playing?
Well, he might do. Yeah, I know.
So let's go over a little bit.
Leicester away, isn't it? Leicester away. So it's the 12:30 lunchtime Saturday kickoff as well. Early one.
So I want to. I'm a bit annoyed with this week. How the hell has Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest? Like,
because Liverpool shit. I don't know if you caught on this season, Liverpool are actually shit.
To Nottingham Forest. Okay.
I had a real shocker of a week because I did okay.
Spurs.
But I had like 28 points on my fucking bench last week or something stupid. Again.
What's bugging you, Dave? Come on, Dave, get it.
It was Chelsea not beating Man U, Liverpool losing to Nottingham Forest.
Man U are doing okay. You can't think Chelsea are going to be.
Arsenal drawing to Southampton, Spurs losing to Newcastle. Like, they're all the big, what I thought was the big teams, and I made a change or two.
You weren't that far behind. No.
Yeah, but so
that's it, mate. That's just what it's all about. It's the wonderful highs and the soul crushing lows.
Pay too much attention, then it all goes to shit. Is what happens.
It's inversely proportional. The more attention you pay to it, the worse you do.
What you want to do is look at where they say, "Oh, check out these players," and everyone pumps them into their teams, and then they do shit. So do the
Oh
opposite.
no,
of
I see. I
whatever.
don't even look at that. I just like look at.
Oh, Andreas
like-
Pereira's had 3 game weeks where he scored like fucking loads of points. Bet he's gonna have a blank this week when everyone tries to put him in their team.
So
yeah. Yeah.
Now, Dave, I'm just curious. Are you taking a little bit? Do you feel like you're getting a little bit more interest in it? Like,
So I am checking it a bit more now.
Right.
Yeah. I'm looking at it midweek, not like before the podcast, but no, looking at it midweek and yeah, sort of.
Are you
having a look
checking the
around, see how
price
much money-
rises and fallers and stuff like that now? Followed the Twitter account yet? That's when you know you're getting serious.
No. I haven't watched any YouTube videos or anything like that, or listened.
Have
to
you
any
got the
podcasts.
app on your phone?
No.
Oh,
The app is
Well, I'll
actually
follow
the
that.
best it's ever been. I use the app on the iPad. It's not perfect, but it's better than it's ever been.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't really watch the prices. Neil's a price watcher. I don't bother with
at
prices.
the beginning of the season, I was all about gaining the funds so that I can make the transfers when I want to. But I'm less bothered now. I'm not trying to get ahead of things anymore. But because I feel like I've got an all right squad overall. Unfortunately, I keep making bad choices about who's in the actual 11. That's my problem.
Right.
I've got a good squad, but I keep putting the wrong ones on the pitch at the minute. Last few weeks again, it's been like loads of points on the bench. Well, more points. There's points been available for my team, but that have been sitting on the bench rather than on the pitch. So,
have you used that bench boost yet?
no, we don't use the bench boost unless it's double game weeks, do you? I'm thinking about it. I was thinking about the free hit chip that you can play. After we say it, I was like, oh no, you want to save that for a double game? Oh, not actually. I don't know if you do want to save the free hit for a double game week. I reckon the free hit is for a game week where there's only like 3 or 4 games, maybe. When you get those weird weeks where like loads of games people are in the cup and stuff like that after Christmas, you get some weird game weeks where there's like literally like 4 games in the Premier League. You know,
Right.
Unless they stick them in a double game week. If there's one week where there's hardly any fixtures, maybe a free hit's a good time to use then. Because
yeah, I mean, you could be right.
It depends on who's playing. It depends on who's playing. Because if it's like all like Bournemouth, Forest, not from Christian obviously because he's got half his team is Forest. Like you got all the teams that you might not necessarily have in your squad playing, but none of the big teams. Like you're going to have Man City players, you're going to have Arsenal. Well, maybe you want to get rid of your Arsenal players. Did shit in Europe as well, but they didn't. No one played apparently. No one good played in the European match this week. So, I don't know. It's all fucking ifs, buts, and maybes, and I'm doing the wrong fucking thing usually. But...
who's propping up the bottom then?
And my missus, I think.
Oh, I know. Am I not bottom?
No. Not. Oh, where's my cursor gone? I can't find my mouse cursor. Everything's going to fucking shit.
Lobbies
losers. My wife is bottom.
I'm only 18 points in front of her though.
Yeah, it's a bit as close as it is at the top. It's still. I think it's probably a lot more. There's opportunities at the bottom of the league to make some moves.
Apparently, the Garcast was casting some shade over me, I believe.
Ooh, what about you being the reigning champion?
Yeah, possibly. I haven't listened to it yet, so I have to go and check out who's giving it the large. Who's coming at the king? You better come at the king. You better make sure. Don't worry, I'm going to drop myself. It's all right. It's all good. Okay, I got you covered. Okay, any more on footy? Anything interesting happening in the game?
The big thing this weekend is obviously everyone's talking about Haaland because he might not play this weekend. So
I haven't captained him. I'll tell you right now, I haven't captained him. My feeling is
you've kept him on though.
Well, I wouldn't captain him.
You can't get rid of him for 1 week. He's only probably going to miss 1 week unless, like, it doesn't sound.
Oh no, I haven't got rid of him.
Okay.
All right.
I might captain Harry Kane. They're away to Bournemouth this weekend.
Yeah, people were talking about that. See, one of the things I do is I check on the Reddit thread. They do a captain's poll every week. So yeah, but I mean it's pointless because every time I look at the captain's poll, it's like
It's
80% Cat Haaland, and 19% Salah, and then
See,
anybody
it
else.
could be a
really,
week to captain Haaland because you never know. Like you say, if he comes on and fucking bangs in a hat trick, and loads of people haven't captained him, could be the week. Like you might actually gain from captaining.
I can't see it though. Who are they got to play? Who are they
Leicester
playing?
away.
Leicester away. They've got
Yeah.
enough the quality to demolish Leicester without risking.
Well,
Put him in his little box, cotton wool. Put him in cotton wool. Put him back in the box for a week.
They've got no more champions. They won't play in the Champions League again because they're through. They've won the group.
Let's just if you were the manager, he had a knock.
You wouldn't want it to get any worse, would you? Who have you got though? Who else is going on there?
Who else?
What's his name? Alvarez. Get Alvarez in.
Mate, as if you can't cover the position.
Are you putting him on your 11? That's the main thing. Are you leaving him in your 11 just in case he
Absolutely,
comes on?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I've got him as my vice captain.
Right. Okay. Do the opposite of Fraser. That's my advice.
That is stellar advice. That's advice I can get behind. I should run an alternative account.
Do what Fraser doesn't. There you
go. Okay. Any more footy?
No, that's done. Mate.
Okay.
Done. My stream deck's not working. It's doing my head in. You have to do everything manually.
Oh, jeez. Okay, let's move on to the Twitch, YouTube. Nothing to add to Twitch or YouTube. I didn't do any streaming last weekend. I had
that was rude, wasn't it?
Well, I was busy. I had
people
here.
You were going to do Twitch, and then you didn't do anything.
I didn't make any promises for that weekend. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it.
Yeah, I said I maybe be able to, but even though I've had a week off, it's been a hell of a week. So
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, let's move on to the tweets then. MS Rangers, friend of the show, says, "Evening, boys. Who was the first famous person you have ever met? For me, it was Elvis Costello, who had a hit in 1979 with Oliver's Army. Turned out a kid on my council estate was related to him. When the news broke out, there was a swarm of kids gathering outside the house singing the hit song. When he finally came out to say hi, he was good enough to sign everything thrown at him." Isn't that nice? Fun fact, Elvis Costello is married to a Canadian.
Well, there we go. Does that make him a better person?
I don't know. She's very famous in the jazz world.
What's her name?
Oh. Diana Krall.
No one else. No, she's famous in the jazz world. That's like she's about as famous as me. Then
she's very famous over this way. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm not sure why you preference it with telling us who Elvis Costello is. I think it's quite a big name. Most people know him.
Well, some youngsters might be listening, Dave.
The youngsters. All those youngsters who listen to us.
But no, I haven't met any famous people.
You've met Debbie Harry. You passed her
muster.
muster.
I've not met her. I was in the same
pass the mustard on the left-hand side.
As her. But I didn't actively go up and say hello. No, I've seen famous people, but not met them.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of person who's like, oh, yeah, that's that famous person. I'm not going to walk up to him and say hello.
Hardly Dan says he's met the Queen.
Ooh, nice.
It's pretty famous.
That's a good one.
Which she can't vouch for it now, so we only have his word for it.
No.
I believe him.
Praise, Neil, have you met? Have you?
I don't think I've met many famous people actually. Again, same as Dave. I've seen lots of
Prince
famous
Charles's
people.
butler.
Prince Charles's butler, manservant.
I'm not sure he's famous.
He was not famous, but I will tell you that he is the most spectacularly well-dressed gentleman I have ever laid eyes on. I mean, I was sitting there just staring at his blazer. It was so immaculate. It was unbelievable. The guy was so well turned out. It was unreal. But the first famous person I ever met was, I think, Bernie Winters.
Ooh.
And Schnorbits. Remember Schnorbits?
Vaguely. It's going back a long time.
This is going back. So when I was living
So you
in
was
a
a
little
small
place.
child, were you, when this happened?
I was 13, I think, or 12.
So you could have been a big
And right
child.
round
then.
No, right
Schnorbitz was a dog.
St.
Is this right?
Bernard, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a big St.
Right.
Bernard
Okay.
dog.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, right round the corner from where I lived was Billy Smart Circus. And then one Saturday, they were filming the 6 o'clock show there. Remember Noel Edmonds, the 6 o'clock show?
Yes.
I don't remember
yeah.
it being called the 6 o'clock show.
Yeah, it was called the 6 o'clock show, wasn't it?
I
The 6
don't
o'clock show
know.
on Saturday.
Maybe. I don't remember the thing called the 6 o'clock show.
Anyway,
It sounds
so-
like an
so-
Irish thing.
No, I think that's what it was. Anyway, they were doing some remote cat. We all piled down there on the hopes of meeting
An
Noel
OB.
Edmonds.
An OB.
But there was no an OB, and but there was no Noel Edmonds. In fact, it was Bernie Winters. I had no idea who he was, but everyone said, "Oh, it's Bernie Winters." So we got an autograph from Bernie Winters, and
Very good.
Schnorbitz was on the autograph too.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Or did he stick a paw on there or something?
I think he actually literally signed it Schnorbitz, if I remember correctly.
Nice. Fake. Oh,
What about you, Neil?
well, I'm
Didn't
not
you
sure. if
serve
can
Mike-
compete.
didn't some-
Hardly
was it
Dan's
you-
got the full gallery of famous people. He's met the Queen, and now he's saying he's met Cliff Richard as well, which is
I
basically
love
royalty.
Well, let's not skip the other bit that Dan has said here, is that you met Cliff Richard in a furniture shop in Weybridge. Like, that's just brilliant. That's so Alan Partridge, isn't it?
Oh my God! Lord says he's met Howard Shipman. Okay,
Oh God.
less said about that, the better. He survived at least.
I once served, oh God, what was it? What was it? Suzanne George. When I worked in a
Who is
Austin
Suzanne
Reed,
George?
the tailors. She was married to Suzanne George. She was an actress, and I can't remember. I don't think her husband was there. She was with her mum, but she was married to the guy who was in Manimal.
Oh my God!
That's the only reason I can't even. Simon, somebody who was in Manimal, which was just one of those tremendously
Manimal was
shit.
the shittest thing ever, possibly.
It was Manimal was as shit as what was the guy who had the blue car? I can't remember.
Blue
now.
car, auto.
Yeah,
man.
there's
Auto
was
man.
it? Maybe
He had a
something
cursor
like that.
thing that drew things.
You've lost me on this one. I've got
The blue
no idea
car.
what
Yeah, it would suddenly draw the car, and then he would be able to get in.
He had to think it's like you say. It was like a Google Assistant, but it was called Cursor.
Those were the golden years of television, man. Street
Oh,
Hawk,
Saturday evening TV.
the worst
Oh,
ones.
Absolute
Yeah.
dog shit. I've met a couple
you-
of famous people.
Yeah, don't
think
I?
we've talked
If I,
about them.
yeah, didn't you serve baked beans or get baked
No.
beans for someone?
I
in
showed Frank
Tesco?
Bruno where the jam was in Tesco.
That's it. Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
I think that's
He's-
a
he's
good one.
fucking
That's a good
gigantic.
meeting of him. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
I was like, I don't ask for autographs at work. That's a bit rude, isn't it? I saw Alistair Cook at work as well. He's a famous cricketer, England cricketer, captain and everything. But I didn't say
See, the
hello
thing
to
is,
him.
half
I
these
just looked at him and
people-
was like, look at it's Alistair Cook with a basket of shopping.
Half these people I'm so uninterested in TV and famous people and everything like that. I've probably seen a lot of people, but
I'll tell you
I
who else I saw. I was eyeing Gary Wilmot on the train to London one day. It's like fucking hell.
You were-
I was
Well,
like,
you was
we met-
giving
our
me
eyes met,
giving
like, I was
the
like-
eye,
I
or
look at him and went, and I gave him the look to say, "You're Gary Wilmot, aren't you?" And he was like, he looked back at me as if to say, "Yes, I am." And then we never met eyes again after that.
I like that you had a cross the train
Yeah.
moment.
I was a
with-
bit like,
I mean,
he just stood there near the doorway. And I was like, "Fucking hell, it's Gary Wilmot." It's in my head. I
and he
didn't say it
probably
out
looked
loud.
at you and went, "Oh, for fuck's sake, don't come over, don't say."
It was too far. It was only literally about 5 meters away. But I was like, sort of give it the old raised eyebrows. Like, I recognise you.
Yeah.
The
He was
funniest
probably
one
on his
that-
way to sing on stage somewhere. 'Cause that's the kind of shit he does nowadays.
Friday night at the Palladium or something.
Well, I don't know. It was a Saturday, probably, to be fair, because I was on the train to London. So,
Maybe he was on his way home to watch the 6 o'clock show.
Do you think he lives in London and travels from somewhere else to London? I don't know.
I don't know. He's not exactly A-list, is he?
Oh, mate, he was back in the day, so you want to be top?
Mate, he was at the same level as Bernie Winters and Storbitz. Let's not kid ourselves.
Mate.
The
first one I actually remember was meeting Darren Gough, famous England cricketer.
You met him?
Actually, I literally met him and shook his hand because we played football against him randomly in our six-a-side tournament down at the fucking local school, which was bizarre. He was a ringer. He came as a ringer for one of the teams.
Yeah.
Professional sportsman turns up for one of the other fucking teams. You're like, what the fuck is this all about?
Yeah, I had 2 football ones. I think I told you before. I played five-a-side against Gareth Gates. And
did you break his legs?
No. Because I was too cool. I didn't want to acknowledge that I knew who he was. I didn't even know who he was until someone said, but then I refused to go, you Gareth Gates?
Didn't fangirl.
I didn't fangirl Gareth Gates, no. I think at that point I was in my 30s, so that wasn't going to happen. And then I did play football against some other guy who worked for the FA, Graham Paul. No, was it Graham? Not Graham Paul. Was he the referee?
He was a referee.
No, it was the other guy. I can't remember his name.
The other guy who's a referee. There's 2 referees.
No, it was another guy who worked for the FA. He had curly hair, older guy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I know my mate got in a good sliding tackle on him though.
What, a legit tackle or a sliding foul?
Yeah, none of the tackles were legit in Sunday League. Okay, thanks for that, Mark.
He used to deliver to Freddie Mercury's mum. I assume he means mum, but he put mam, which is a bit northern. So.
I did deliver Nick Faldo his brand new kitchen when I was doing some.
Did you not actually see Nick Faldo there, though?
No, he's not going to talk to me.
Did he have a manservant with a blazer?
Oh, my uncle used to live next to Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden, which was a pretty nice one. I did see him once. He was dressed in Union Jack shorts, staying outside the front of his house.
Groovy. Did he turn out to be a bit of a twat, though?
No, he's all
right? Is he all right?
He's all right, I think. Yeah, he's a professional pilot, right, and all that sort of stuff. He's a very smart guy.
Does that mean he's all right then?
I guess so. I mean,
if you're flying your plane,
it's a start, right? Mark, thank you very much for the question. Let's crack on. Hardly Dan says, I'm rather tempted to pick up Call of Duty. Should I bother? No. Blank stare from Dave.
No. What are you buying for it? Is it for the campaign or for the multiplayer? Or
I've heard the campaign is not all that, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So no. If you like the multiplayer, yeah. If you're gonna spend a lot of time with it, but it's the main stuff's gonna come out for Warzone, and that's free. So
yeah, I'll be doing that.
Yeah, maybe. I agree with Dave.
There's all sorts of weird weapon crafting bollocks, isn't there, and all that shit. Yeah, they've turned it into fucking Call of Destiny. By the sound of it. So. But Destiny's obviously better. So.
I mean, you're not going to be picking it up on the cheap, are you, for a while?
50 quid, 60 quid?
60 quid on Steam. You can probably find a code somewhere for 50 at £9.50.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on the fence, that's a lot of money, I would have thought.
Give it
70 quid on the old Xbox and PlayStation, isn't it?
If you give it, fucking hell, how long?
When's Black Friday? A month?
Yeah, give it a month, half price.
Probably be half price.
Yeah.
Although, who knows? Certainly won't be on Game Pass anytime soon. Thanks to Sony.
Advice. Yeah, what's the deal with that? What, is it coming to Game Pass or what?
Well,
no, it's not.
Because apparently there's a deal with Sony that means they can't go to Game Pass.
That's fucking horseshit. Oh, there's a deal with Sony? What? In the terms
Sony
of the sale?
Are bumming Activision at the moment, obviously, to get Call of Duty, and that's why they're crying about it all the time.
I mean, that can't last forever, right? Sooner or later,
Certainly won't.
any deals are going to be
I'm pretty
done.
sure it won't last forever if Microsoft get their way. That's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, Dan. It's a Stinky Poo says, if you had to make the most horrible of choices, would you keep your hearing to enjoy your music or keep your sight to continue gaming? I already thought about this one. I didn't have to think about it very long. I would keep my hearing. I'd rather lose my sight than my
Really?
hearing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know about that. That's weird. You'd rather be able to hear.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, I'll
don't
keep my
know.
sight.
Yeah.
I was definitely with sight, but I don't know. I don't know how I could. I don't know how I could lose either. But I'll go with Harky
Yeah.
Dan's suggestion: lose one eye on one and hearing on one side. That'll do. Take a bit of.
Well, I'm
both.
halfway there. I'm
Yeah.
pretty much blind in one eye.
Are you?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I've got very good vision in my left eye. But my right eye is it started off when I was younger. It was just a lazy eye, and I just use it less and less. The more I get drunk, the more my eye wanders.
I thought it'd get better when you're drunk.
No, no. When I'm sober, when I'm or when I'm really tired as well. That's when my eye goes a bit funny. But in day to day, I just don't. It's so dark and so out of focus. I just use my left eye, which is horrible when I'm because I'm naturally right-handed, but I've turned out to be ambidextrous because of my strongest eye is on my left side. So it makes certain things weird. If you're right-handed, you're normally right-eyed, or left-handed, you're left-eyed. So yeah, it's a bit fucked up for me.
You've printed the show notes, haven't you, Fraser?
I have.
Yeah, he's missed a question.
You've missed a tweet. I did,
All right.
obviously, since you printed them.
All right.
But yeah.
Well, okay. So do you want to?
What was your answer, Neil? Did you want to?
I would say I'd have to keep my sight. I think because you can still see when people are talking, can't you? You can learn to lip read, obviously.
Yeah.
And
you can experience music through like
vibrations
and
fuck off.
Speaker against your chest.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, you're gonna literally rather be able to hear everything and see nothing.
Yeah,
Never
I think
be
you
able
could
to see
still
it
have.
again.
I think you would. I think your interactions with people losing your sight would be devastating. Whereas your interaction with the people losing your hearing would be devastating. I think obviously over time you'd reconcile it somehow, but yeah, I think I just feel like I could lose my sight. Just stick me down on a couch somewhere, and then I'll just talk to you. It's fine. Then I'll listen to some tunes.
I don't know. Seems pretty rough either way, to be fair. Fingers crossed. Won't be doing either.
Yeah. Okay, what's the tweet we missed? Let's squeeze that in.
It was from Dan. He said,
Dan, he's busy.
Dan is busy. He says, so is it okay to buy Bayonetta 3 now?
Yes. And it always has been.
It's your choice.
For a very brief moment. She's been doubling down, eh? Have you been reading any more about it?
Oh, it's not fucking going away, is it?
No, she doubled down again today. I think she
yesterday. Oh, mate.
Or yesterday, she gave a load of charities. Well, she sort of got exposed for her sort of, white lies or untruths or whatever we want to call them. And I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. But apparently the one today yesterday she gave a whole list of charities or whatever that she's saying people should donate their money to. And she was talking about how much of a philanthropist she is and whatever, that she's given all her Comic-Con signing money or whatever to, I don't know, whatever.
Good for her.
But it turned out one of the charities that she told everyone to was an anti-abortion
give away
charity.
Quite a lot of money. She obviously didn't need to get paid that much if you can just give all that money to charity.
Well, maybe. Anyway, Yeah,
And she
there's some
needed
sort
to
of
vet her charities better than.
one of the charities that she's given is not going down well with the woke crowd,
Oh dear.
or the or the whatever. Anyway,
She's chosen
that's a
poorly.
deep, dark, terrible hole for us to go down as men. So let's not do that. Chinny, friend of the show, says, "Will the new Warzone make the crew stop playing the hunt?"
Nope.
Nope.
It will get me back into Warzone. Whether
What's
anyone
the-
joins me or not, I don't know.
What's the deal? What do we know about New Warzone? I don't really know anything about New Warzone. Are they rebuilding it or something?
I think
or?
new weapons, new map.
Oh, it's going to be fucking terrible. You know that.
Yeah, yeah. I'll play it for a little bit. But yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. What I've read about, whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But yeah, some new weapons, a new map.
There's a whole new weapon crafting system in there. It's just going to mean unless you buy the game, your guns are going to be shit, basically.
Or you're more incentive to nick the guns off people that you kill.
Yeah, because they're the only ones.
Need to
Well,
get
good. Good luck killing anyone, because they'll have all the good guns. Excuse me, the good guns.
Do we have a timeline on the new Warzone?
I don't know. I feel Pilch reckoned it was only a couple of weeks away from the launch of everything else, and everything else came out today, basically. So, don't know. I haven't checked it, to be honest.
Yeah, Dan makes a good point in the on Twitch where he says I'd have to keep my site. Sorry, we're going back to the other one. I'd have to keep my site driving, mountain biking, surfing. Yeah, there's a lot of activities which would be a bit hampered without site. Yeah, so
you get a free dog, though, do you? Do you get a free dog if you're blind?
Well, I guess this is it. If you're blind, you get a dog, but if you
can get a dog for
you just lose your hearing, you could still use your previous dog.
Yes.
You could still take your previous dog out for walks. I'm just thinking of the awful, awful mess I'd be in if I tried to get my dog to become a seeing eye dog. Fucking horrendous.
Dragged in front of buses.
Yeah.
Is that a skunk? Off we go. I guess we're chasing a skunk now.
He got me in trouble last weekend. He fought with it. He fought with another dog when we were out on the trails.
Oh, your dog is such a fighter.
Yeah, well, he's no slouch. The other dog wanted it too. The other guy pulled his dog off. My wife pulled our dog off to pull them apart. The other guy was fine. Just like boys will be boys, right? It's just these two fucking alpha males squaring off against each other. But my wife was not happy. She was not happy. She does not like it when he gets into scraps.
Well,
I secretly take him aside and I go, "Yeah, attaboy, go on. Did you win? Did you fuck him up? You did fuck him up, didn't you? He was going down before you were pulled apart."
Yeah.
I do not condone that behavior in any way. Just to.
That's right. I had to pull up a Alsatian who was getting very excited behind my dog. Off them today. Yeah. And their owner was like, "What?" Like,
oh yeah.
You're trying to fuck my dog.
Yeah. As if I'm stand by and yeah.
He's like wondered why I just grabbed the dog's collar and yanked him off.
Right.
And the owner was like, "What for?"
Yeah, to let your dog hunt my dog.
Yeah.
Not up for that, thanks.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Thank you, Chinny, for that one. Marcanic says, "Do you embrace the trick-or-treaters on Halloween, or do you turn all the lights off and pretend no one's home?" We do have some other answers here. Where Itza said, "I hide under the bed and wait till it's all over." Marcanic said he makes the wife answer the door. Itza said, "I guess trip mines wouldn't enter into the spirit of things." And SLH said, "I'm an actual witch, so I punish them all for turning our festival of Samhain into a commercialized sugar binge by turning anyone in the vicinity of our porch into a pustulant toad. Or maybe I'm totally giddy and actually give out Haribo like I own shares in them. Who knows?" What's up for Halloween on your doorstep this weekend?
Well,
Anything?
it's Monday night, isn't it? So I'll be at work. Woohoo!
So that's the wife option took then.
You get trick-or-treaters round your way?
Yeah. Well, I guess the way you avoid it is you turn all the lights off and don't put a pumpkin outside. No one fucking comes to your house.
I
Right,
think
you
that's
miss it,
that's
but-
the unspoken rule, isn't it? Well, the unspoken rule. The rule around ours is that if you've got Halloween shit outside your house,
Yeah, you're asking for it basically.
you asking for it. If you don't, they don't normally bother. So yeah.
Holiday Down's giving out spare COVID tests apparently.
Are you? Will you enter into the spirit of it, Dave, at your house?
I don't think so. We have done the last couple of years because of our daughter, but nah, can't be asked really.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
no, unless we got any shitty old Halloween treats from last year hanging about.
Some like out of date sweets that you need to get rid of.
Nice. Well, unlike these two grumpy guts, we will be entering into the spirit of it. I'll probably put. I actually constructed like a lamp that flickers to put outside in the front, and then I'll set up
constructed
stereo.
it.
Yeah, I built it. Like you basically put an inline capacitor on it that basically makes it
Is that a
flash.
shonky lamp. Shonky
Oh,
light
it's
bulb,
fucking
isn't it?
shonky, all right. Yeah, I'll probably electrocute a couple of kids if they go too near it. And then I'll put a speaker out there with some sound, some.
Are you getting
spooky
dressed up,
music or
are you?
whatever. No, I won't get dressed up. But
You don't need to be fair.
no, but it'll be it's different. If it's different class here, isn't it, compared to the UK?
North America, you have to do it properly, don't you, over there?
Well, you don't have to. But and if you choose,
Will your house get
if you
egged or something if you don't?
No. You know, if you choose to be one of those, you know, if you choose to be a miserable son of a bitch and just turn your lights off or whatever and not do anything, fine. But we choose to try and make the children happy. And actually, what I do is
Are your kids still really into it then?
my daughter will be going out. My son, I think he might go out. He's pushing it now. He's going to be 16 this weekend, right? So,
Right.
but
So is he going out, but trying to
that's where they go
impress
out
the
with no
girls?
costumes whatsoever and just be twats. Is that right?
Exactly.
When they get to 16?
Exactly. But I'll tell you what happens every year is that we get all the chocolate in. My wife buys all the chocolate in. I look at it and go, "Oh my God, how much did that cost us?" Then we'll put it all in a bowl by the front door. And then normally every year my wife has gone out trick-or-treating, but I don't think she'll do that this year. But secretly, every year when she's done that, it's been me left to sort of sit at home and answer the door. And I bitch and moan about having to do it. But here's the thing. Actually, once the doorbell starts going and I open the door and you get these tiny little kids all dressed up and like, trick or treat, I sort of get a little bit, my heart melts a little bit for the young kids.
You get a bit broody.
And not that I get broody, but basically sort of like that sort of kids who aren't babies, but who are toddlers, basically, like, you know, they're just so super innocent and cute. I don't know, right? I'm just a sucker, right? I'm just a sucker for kids at that age. They put a big smile on my face. They're not quite at the age of like 3 or 4 or whatever, where they start to become annoying, but they're still just like cute, right?
But 3 or 4, they're annoying. Wow.
Yeah. Well, they start to get annoying at 4 onwards, don't they? Really?
They get more annoying the older they get.
Yeah, they absolutely right. Yeah.
At some point, they're so old that you're like, when haven't you fucked off by now? Like, fuck, why are you still here?
Yeah. It'll be interesting if we get anybody who brings their baby. That one's a little bit of an odd one, right? Where they bring the baby, has no idea what's going on, yet they've dressed it up in some pumpkin outfit.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know,
they can't eat chocolate either, probably.
We've all been new parents and done weird things. Okay, thanks for that, Mark. Oh, Chipper Spice has chipped in. She says, "Will there be a World Cup Fantasy League?"
Hope so.
Probably.
It's
not long now, is it?
A month.
No,
it's less than a
very
month.
impressed.
It's only about 3 weeks.
There's a lot of listener input this week. And we're not even done. We're nowhere near done yet. Thanks, Chipper. It was nice to see you this weekend.
It's
Quaxel
been so good. They've
says
decided to fuck off.
Yep, he's
No,
gone.
I'm just hang on. I'll be back in a sec.
he's just off for a quickie. Quaxel says, how many 5-year-olds would it take to fight before you were overcome?
Ooh. I don't know. I feel like you could
They'd
take
have
on a
to
few 5-year-olds, don't you? Couldn't you?
They'd have to send in a lot, but it wouldn't take long before you were knackered, right?
What are they armed with any weapons? I feel like it's going to look a bit. No matter how many there are, it's going to look pretty bad if you start punching 5-year-olds.
Let's say 5-year-olds, no weapons, they come at you.
Yeah, I think you've just got to like take it, haven't you? And not.
I think
hit
you
them
could
back.
probably. Well, you'd have to hit them back. I think you could probably.
That's definitely a risk in a prison sentence.
Oh,
So,
but
are they after blood? Are they?
Well, they
Is it-
zombies.
You were there.
Mate,
Zombie
it says
5.
fight.
Zombie
Oh,
5.
okay.
It says fight. It doesn't say
you
just
can't
let them
fight
jump on
5-year-olds,
top of
can
you. Well, of course you can't. But this is it. This is the kind of questions that we have to deal with here. Some of them may make you feel
It's a
uncomfortable.
moral quandary I wasn't prepared for.
But the thing is, it doesn't say like there's zombies in the question. How many 5-year-olds?
Who said
would it take?
zombies? Where did
I
zombies
said,
come
are
from?
they zombies?
No. So no, they're 5-year-olds and they want to kill you. And assuming both are unarmed, I'd probably say before you're physically exhausted and you couldn't fight anymore, 50?
Oh, mate, seriously? How
5-year-olds?
fit
That's
you
a lot of
think you are?
5-year-olds.
I think
All at
after-
once.
I
You can't get that many close to you,
Wait, well,
can you?
what's it like? Surrounded by about.
Imagine if they start biting your ears off and stuff like that.
Well, I'm quite
you
tall,
I
gonna
don't
do?
know, mate.
so I'm nearly 6 foot. So
Oh, here he goes, flexing. Look, I consider myself to be really fit, but I don't know, man. Knocking 55-year-olds out of the way, that still takes a lot of go. 50
Unless
is a
you're in
big
a car.
number.
Get in your
I think-
Jag and you could just mow them all down. You'll be fine. This Jag has mown down 55-year-olds.
I don't know. I think I've got 50 good punches in me before
So you can definitely just
I
patch a 5-year-old with a good punch.
yeah.
I don't know, man. I tell you what, go into the bedroom and punch your pillow 50 times. I don't know. That's
That's going to be less resistance than a 5-year-old.
Well, no.
Imagine the sound of hitting a
About the
5-year-old in the
same
face with your fist. Okay. You're going to be like, no, bang. Stop it. Punch. Oh, this is making me feel terrible.
I don't know. I think fighting for your life. If you know your life is in danger, I don't think you'd have any qualms about punching a
Punching a
5-year-old.
5-year-old.
Are you reading that? I don't know. This podcast is going places today. There's something here. Harley Dan's going about me about pulling dogs off. That one now, he says he's out of here. The Lord says the Dogs Trust is being contacted. Harley Dan says you hand out peanut and gluten-free candy. Peanut-free, yes. It's very difficult to buy any candy that's got peanuts and gluten. Let's not fucking push it. All right, enough now. The peanuts. We got the peanuts. Gluten, no. And Lord says this is the only podcast where the hosts condone hitting 5-year-olds. Okay, I'd like to point out, first of all, no, we don't condone it. It's
Only
hypothetical.
We're put into this awkward situation by one of our listeners.
I don't know. We're going to get a number. There's
I
too
can't.
many.
I'd say 50. If there's an
What if
infinite
you
amount
can't punch
of
a 5-year-old. I
5-year-olds,
don't care what you say. You can't punch 5-year-olds.
you're dead straight away.
It doesn't matter how many there are. You have to, like, I don't know, throw
But the
them off
question-
you or something.
Oh, okay, all right. I see what you're saying. Well, now you're throwing 5-year-olds. How many 5-year-olds do you think you can throw?
You're next to a cliff, and the only
That's
way.
harder than punching them, I reckon.
Yeah,
it's more
right.
energy to throw them off than it is to punch. Maybe after a few, you have to start punching. I don't know.
What about just
Give them a
slapping them?
A
That
few
would sort of
cheeky
stop them in their
elbows, like,
tracks.
"Oh, I didn't mean it. Sorry, I just turned around and plunked you with my elbow.
Have you ever shouted at a 5-year-old? Like you could shout at if he's not your kid and you shouted at a 5-year-old, that might stop them in their tracks anyway. You could possibly do this without even
Push rodale them.
resorting to any physical
Nah,
violence.
don't worry about that. Just resort to violence straight away. That's the best way.
Oh, okay.
They straight into hitting the kids.
Waxel, that is a tremendous question. However, I think we need more detail next time to really get our teeth
Give
into
a
that.
proper answer. Don't punch 5-year-olds, please.
Friend of the show, Defo, the real Defo. Go check out the Garcast, his wonderful podcast. He says, I'm going to be gaming for 24 hours this weekend to raise money for an old gaming friend that lived on Sanibel Island and is homeless after the hurricane.
Oh,
Feel free to hit me up for some games or swing by the Twitch, YouTube, Facebook to say hi. He says he's hoping to start at 3 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. My daughter has 2 soccer games during the day tomorrow, so we'll be off a little during the day, back at night and into Sunday. Thanks. That's typical Gary, eh? Every time he does any of these charity streams, he fucks off for half of it to go do shit. Don't think we haven't noticed over the last 5 or 10 years. But that's admirable that Gary will be doing that. So do stop by.
That's cool.
Oh, he's going to be hunting. So yeah, we'll be there too. I'll come play some hunt.
Destiny. Yeah, I could be up some getting involved.
Nice. Okay. Twitch TV. You're looking for Twitch TV / The Real Defo. All one word. Defo is DEFO. The Real Defo. All one word. So good for that. Go and give Gary some support. Give him some shit as well when he decides he's going to go off and do other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, relay into him when he gets back. Where the fuck have you been? Relay there.
So Baron's in the chat and it says the kid on the tricycle behind me was 5 for point of reference. I've got a background of the Shining Hotel corridor for anyone who's not watching. So
I read about that boy this week actually. Apparently, Stanley Kubrick was very, very sorry.
The actor boy.
Yeah, but he didn't go on to become an actor though.
No.
But apparently Stanley Kubrick was very protective of him on site, and shielded him from any other scenes, like constructed his scenes in such a way.
I don't think I've seen this film, to be honest.
You've never seen
what?
You've never seen the shot. You
I don't think
know
I've watched it from. I don't think I've watched it from start to finish.
Oh, mate, you definitely know if you've seen The Shining.
I've seen bits of it, but I've never seen the whole. I don't think I've seen the whole thing all the way through.
Oh yeah, it's good.
It's a really good film.
Apparently,
I should probably watch it this weekend.
Oh, I've seen it. Okay, Lord has.
Lord's quiz.
Baron says he treated the kid better than Shelley Duvall.
That's a reference I don't know anything of.
But Shelley Duvall was his mum, played his mum in the movie.
The kid's mum.
Yeah, did she not treat him well in the movie? I thought she was. I can't remember.
I don't know.
She did try and save him and get him out, didn't she?
Stanley Kubrick treated his mum badly, then, did he? The kid's mum. Did she go through some shit in that film? Is that what you're saying? I'm guessing
she got murdered, did she?
I don't fucking know.
Did she?
Was it her not in the shower? What am I thinking of?
That's Psycho.
Oh,
that's black and white, Psycho. Wow. This is not the horror podcast, obviously.
Anyway. Let's move on to Lord's questions.
Oh, okay.
Wonderful.
We've got some more questions, are we?
Yep. Okay. Has anyone got their hands on the answers? Because I don't.
I can do.
All right. First question. What is the name of John Marston's wife in Red Dead Redemption? What is the name of John Marston's wife in Red Dead Redemption? Anyone?
Played it. Can't remember.
I played the first one. I've not played a lot of the second one. I picked up John in the second one. But nah. Martha?
Martha sounds good. Yeah.
I'll go Mary. Martha, aren't they?
I'll go Mary.
Mary's a good one. Jane. I'll say Jane.
Jane? They're not Jane.
Jane, you lose.
How do I do this? Click on it. You ready? What are we going with?
Yeah.
We should keep tally of who's correct.
Martha, Mary, and Jane.
Well, we all get a 0. Abigail.
No, wouldn't have.
No chance.
Nope.
No, not a Red Dead Redemption fan. Sorry, everyone.
It's been a long time since I played Red Dead first one. Well, Red Dead Redemption.
Question number 2. Where does Little Nightmares take place? Where does Little Nightmares take place?
Definitely need a little tune. It's like a quiz background tune to cover up the silence and the tick-tocking of our brains.
Little Nightmares.
I know Lord likes this game. Remember him saying stuff about this game.
Is it the?
Isn't
Is
it
it-
in
I
a
was gonna-
house?
I was going to say Land of Nod, but that doesn't look right. In a house.
Yeah, a house.
A house. I guess it could be a house. Feel
Feels
like it would be a bit more weird.
I thought it was
than
an
that.
office. Is this not in relation to like the Little Nightmares? Not the Little Nightmares.
It's
The-
definitely in
the
relation to
horror
Little
game.
Nightmares because it's a game called Little Nightmares.
I thought it was an office. And
All right, we got house, office. Neil,
I have
you
no
should say
fucking idea.
hotel. You're in a hotel.
I'm in a hotel. A hotel corridor. The answer is the Maw.
The mall.
Maw, M-A-W.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Someone's mum in it. The Maw.
Your mum.
I thought it's supposed to be easier than last one. It's not.
No, last week's
He's
was the
not
easy
pulling.
one.
No, this is okay. I like this. His Lord's not pulling any punches with these. These are good. Number
At least
3.
everyone's learning something.
What is the name of the gnome found in Left 4 Dead 2?
Oh, Fraser must know this.
What is the name of the gnome
Did
in
this
Left 4
not
Dead 2?
right? Am I imagining things? But did someone not send the fucking gnome to space?
That
is
was
that not
in
the Left 4 Dead gnome, or is
no,
it
that's
something
in
else?
Half-Life 2.
Right. Is that not the same gnome then? Because it's part of the same thing. Noam Chomsky, someone says in the chat.
I don't know. Could be.
Quaxel. That's the one that went to space, Noam Chomsky.
Hasn't Quaxel been banned from this for his 5-year-old fighting questions?
I'm concerned at how many 5-year-olds he may have fought in the past already.
I can't.
Maybe
let's
it was
not drift
maybe it was
let's-
a
no,
point
let's
of
not
personal
drift back
reference.
into that. No. Albert the Gnome.
Albert the Gnome. I reckon Noam Chomsky's a good shout because I'm sure that's the fucking thing that went to space.
I don't know. Dave.
It is. Quaxel was correct. It's Noam Chomsky.
Oh, nice. Very good.
That's the one I was thinking of, so I get half a point.
If only all quizzes were like
We've got a bonus one for Fraser.
that.
Oh, for me. What
Ooh.
item is needed to save the game in Resident Evil 0?
0.
Oh, I don't know about 0. I know the normal one.
Yeah. I can't even remember Resident Evil 0. What is needed to save the game in Resident Evil 0? Well, I know on most of the Resident Evil games you need the typewriter to save.
No,
But-
Ah,
Like
no,
it's
no,
not-
no.
that's not the item
no.
you need, is it?
It's not the item
No.
you need.
No,
What is it?
no.
Go on. What
Oh, it is the typewriter ribbon.
That's what you need in Resident Evil 1.
Oh, is it? I'm going to say typewriter ribbon anyway.
The answer is ink ribbon. Well, we'll give you that.
I think we'll give you
Thanks.
that.
Despite the fact
There
I
we go.
basically told him it wasn't a typewriter.
Well, no, I just said I remembered that the typewriters were in the other ones.
But you needed the ribbon
God, you begrudgingly won't
You
give me
needed the
anything. will
ribbon.
you?
to use the typewriter. If Lord says give him that, rude.
You helped me get there, Neil. All right, see?
He
How
was
I'm
going
nice
to say
to
the
you?
wrong thing. Imagine carrying a fucking typewriter around. You could have clumped the fucking zombies with that, couldn't you?
Well, if you
had a
carried it
typewriter.
round, you wouldn't have to. No, it was the safe.
Could have hit
points
some
were the
5-year-olds with it.
typewriter.
That'd have taken out a few 5-year-olds.
How many typewriters could you? No. All right. Well done. Okay. I added in a section here where I was just scribbling down some things. So things of note. When we finished the podcast last week, Baron von Glauer sent me a message telling me that I should check out a YouTube channel called Beard Eats Food, I think it is. Anyway, it's like this competitive eating guy. I think it's Beard Eats Food. Anyway, super popular. You can find it if you search that. No worries. But he came to my town and did a pizza challenge, which, yeah, he basically, he's English.
He ate all the
And
pizza.
yeah, so he's English. He is, I think, ranked #1 for Europe's competitive eater. Anyway, he came over to Canada and he traveled a number of places and went to anywhere that did sort of like a order this plate of food, and if you eat it, you get it free, right? So he went to all
Like
these
Man
different.
v Food, yeah.
Yeah, so he went to all these places. Anyway, he came to Milton to do this pizza one, and I will spoil this. You know, you should definitely watch it. Pause it and go watch it if you want. Pause this and go watch it if you want. It's about 10 minutes long. But he goes into the restaurant here, which I mean I know the place that it is, but I never go there. Anyway, so they do it's basically a 24-inch square pizza. So
2-foot square. That's a
2-foot
big
square
pizza.
It's a big pizza, yeah. And so the challenge is if you have 4 people, you get 20 minutes to eat it all. And if you do that, you get it for free, right? So he sat down with his buddy, a Canadian guy who joined him on it. The two of them sat down, and if you're 2 people, they give you 40 minutes to finish it, right? 20 minutes if there's 4 of you, 40 minutes if there's just 2 of you. The record was set by 4 guys who did it in, I think it was 13 minutes. And the 2 of them sat down and they ate the whole thing, and they fucking did it in like 10 minutes. They crushed it.
It was about 8 minutes, weren't it, or something? I was just like,
I think it was
I was looking at
closer
their rate there again. I was
after all
like,
that.
this is a bit. They're going quite quick here. They can't possibly keep this pace up. But,
So
yeah.
the trick for all of this is to eat it as quick as possible before your body realizes.
Yeah, then go and throw up.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
I don't even know if they do that. I mean, I watched another documentary that somebody recommended, a friend of mine recommended to me because we were talking about it when we were walking the dogs, which is a 30 for 30 documentary on Disney Plus. There's a lot of really good sports documentaries on Disney Plus, which people should check out. And that was a documentary basically about Kobayashi, who was the hot dog eating champion from Japan, who went and like became sort of the darling of American eating competitions until he was dethroned by Joey Chestnut. Anyway, it's a really interesting documentary about competitive eating. My wife can't watch any of that
Fancy eating
stuff.
loads of hot dogs. That's disgusting. I could
Well,
eat a
Kobayashi was
massive amount of
interesting.
pizza, but fuck off hot dogs. I'm not eating that.
So, but it's just amazing. Like if you look at if you watch the YouTube video of the 2 guys in the pizza restaurant, like you watched it, didn't you, Neil? Right?
I did. I watched it with you. You streamed it to me.
Oh, that's right. We were watching it together. Yeah. So they get to the point where it's like about they're halfway through the pizza, and you're like, well, your mind says they're not going to do that, right? But they just power through. Right?
They just picked up the pace after half of it. Just fucking went for it. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's staggering.
I
and
like
then
pizza,
I watched,
but I don't think I could do that.
well, I don't think you could do that. Like Kobayashi, if you could do that, you could be a competitive eater, by the way. So I don't think you can do that.
Maybe I should try it.
Maybe you should. But the Kobayashi one was the same. Like the Kobayashi one was even more insane because, well, it's definitely more insane because he turned up at the Nathan's Hot Dog Championship where like the record was 25 hot dogs. He turns up and does 50, right? And you can see all the guys who are next to him just going, what the fuck? This is sort of small, slight, Japanese guy who's like half the size of the guys next to him.
Just gobbling sausage.
Just smokes them, right? So yeah. Anyway, so that's been interesting. So thanks, Baron.
Is that your main local like eat it and we'll give it you for free thing? That pizza place.
I didn't even know they did that. So is it the main one? No, I don't know. Like,
have you got another one there that is probably more famous?
More famous? No, not that I know of. I don't know any restaurants that do that sort of stuff.
We've got a place in town that's like they do a burger thing. If you can eat the burger, and it's you can eat it all, then you get it for nothing, and it's called the King Henry VIII burger or something, and it's got like it's got beef burgers and chicken and fucking load of other stuff in it, and then like just ridiculous amounts of chips and stuff like that. But I think it's about 25 quid if you can't finish it. But I ain't.
See, I really need to try some of this stuff because I don't think I've ever had a meal that I've never finished, like ever. And I'm looking at this pizza one. I'm looking at the.
Are you watching it now? Are you?
I've got it on the screen. It's like that's a lot of pizza.
Are you getting hungry? Like, ooh, yeah.
I am actually. Yeah.
I'm gonna order Domino's. He's got his crisp ready for later.
Yeah. It's a lot of pizza, but yeah. The trick is not to fucking dwell over it. It's like literally just
gotta go on.
It down.
Power.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think there's some physiological things here that you're glossing over. I mean,
okay, you've got to stretch your stomach by drinking a shitload of water about 4 to 6 hours like before actually doing the thing, and that actually increases your stomach size. It stretches it to a decent size. And then
does this? You can literally do that 4 to 6 hours before, never having any practice before.
I'm sorry. Am I part of me is just sort of like, are you literally sitting here telling me that you could do this?
Yeah. and I'm like, actually, I want to get the details off Neil from that food one because that burger one, because I can just eat anything, and I'll smash that and like actually. Yeah.
Why is this being a knob? I'm trying to get the menu.
I'll tell you what.
Dave.
I hereby say that we should all, as a community, pitch in and get Dave to do this challenge. I would like to see this. Neil will accommodate you. He will bring the buckets for you to be sick in afterwards.
What's more impressive is the guy that on this video is massively beardy and he's got
he's
no
not
food
very
around his face.
He's not very big or anything, is he? He's like well skinny.
No,
what does he do? Go and run like a fucking marathon before he does this?
It's not about the size of you. It's just about how quickly and easily you can get the food into your face. And yeah,
I always feel sick after eating Domino's or something. I just eat loads of pizza way too quick and then just go, oh, I feel ill.
You just do it quicker.
A part of what you say actually is
right. Here we go. King Henry VIII burger is £20.95.
Oh, mate.
2 beef burgers,
£20
a chicken breast, a sliced salmon, bacon rasher, 3 types of melted cheese, mushrooms, onions, fried egg, gherkin, tomato, and a British Inns burger sauce.
The only problem I've got about that is the cheese, and I'll have a fucking bad stomach the next day. But you'll have a bad stomach.
Well, you won't be able to do it then, Dave, will you?
Give you a bad stomach. Mate,
as if they're fucking 2 burgers and the chicken breast and the bacon and the gammon. That isn't going to give you a bad stomach.
I can do a family meal feast from KFC on my own. No problem.
Yeah, but they misname things there, don't they?
A 12-piece one.
You're hearing it here, folks. I don't know, Neil. Dave here is giving it some. I'm impressed, Dave. You're just sticking to your guns here. And
this is a live stream from the Ship Inn, Leighton Buzzard. Dave eating the King Henry VIII.
Is that where it is? At Ship Inn?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah,
we're gonna do that. Maybe we should do that when I come over next week. Let's do the next Seal meetup.
It's only £20.95p. It's not exactly expensive. If you don't,
not
we still do one.
Leighton Buzzard. Hang on.
£20.95 for £20 of food.
I don't know about that's not £20 of food. It's 2 beef burgers.
It was £20.
2 prime beef burgers, a chicken breast, a slice of gammon, and some bacon and some other shit. It'll be the mushrooms that fucking kill me. I ain't eating that shit.
Right, but they say that if you finish that, you can have it for free.
I think so. Yeah, that's what it was.
That
doesn't sound that bad, to be honest.
No, it doesn't.
No.
I think Dave could smash that. Except for the cheese bit.
Yeah. Fucking have the cheese, whatever.
Lactose intolerance.
Competitive eating aside, there was another thing as well You know what? I'm going to gloss over that. It was something I wanted to talk about Oculus Quest, but not really. I don't really want to get into that. I want to start pushing forward as we've really eaten to some time.
You know what? Actually, you still have to pay for this thing. It doesn't say you get it for free. It says you get a spot on the Facebook Wall of Fame. Just to shame yourself amongst your local community.
That doesn't count. That's not what we're talking about here.
I might just do it anyway.
Yeah, that's just a big
It sounds good. Welcome to the fat wall.
Okay, let's move on to what we've been doing. Neil and I have got nothing. Yeah, I've got nothing in there, and quite frankly, I can't think of anything that I want to add in. In fact, well, the competitive eating is really probably my bit anyway. Dave, you've actually managed to fill something. Oh, we have got to talk about Dave's Blackpool break.
Yeah. So I said about it before. Last week, I went on it, and it was so bad, and it was so like Blackpool is just. Oh, it's so.
Did you go
bad.
in the daytime hours, like when it was light, so you could see what horrendous place it was?
So yeah, we arrived at about 1 o'clock, in the daytime, and walked along the front and went for something to eat.
What did you eat?
Homeless people, probably.
God. What did I had fish and chips. My daughter had onion rings and chips, and my wife had a sandwich.
Onion rings and chips.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was weird. From a chip shop. On the front.
Did you get a sandwich from the chip shop?
No. My missus, she can't have seafood, or have anything cooked in seafood. She's so deathly allergic to anything shellfish.
Like just fish?
No, shellfish. But they cook all the scampi and everything in the same oil.
Scampi counts as shellfish, does it?
Scampi counts as shellfish. It does.
Mm.
Yeah. So she's so deathly allergic that she cannot eat anything that is cooked in or around seafood. So she didn't have anything. But I had fish and chips, and it was lovely.
Nice.
The daughter fancied onion rings.
Was it a bit of cod, a bit of hake?
It was a bit of haddock.
Some roe. Yeah, some roe.
No, not some fish eggs. No. Well, I've had them before. Not bad. But yeah, they were good. And then the missus had a sandwich that she brought from home. It was nice. Went and got changed, had something, and then went out at night. And yeah, it was good. We walked up and down the front, and we had a pony, not a pony. Well, it was a pony ride. It was a horse-drawn or pony-drawn carriage, up and down the front. It's fucking stupid. 25 quid.
How much? Oof.
25 quid. But it was a good half hour of being in a LED lit up carriage with a horse. And
this was at night, was it?
It was at night. Yeah, it was actually quite good. It was
cool.
quite funny.
Was it cold? Was it cold there? Because it's always fucking cold when I go there.
No, it was quite warm actually. It's been a pleasant. It was a pleasant evening. My daughter was heckling people going past, and we're getting a ride.
Walk wankers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. You're walking. We're not. That was actually quite funny. I was like, oh god. So we were like dying inside as she was doing it. But no, it was so funny. And then just going in and out of the shops. There's such random shops up and down the front. But yeah, you're right. Like it's really good and really bad at the same time. Like the abject poverty of people around that area, the horrendous homelessness, it's just so in your face.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's a lot of the seaside towns are like it, but yeah, it's like like most of the toilets in most public areas, like I don't know, Mackie D's or the pubs around have all got like needle drop offs, and you know it's all like that. It's like just it's
a bit depressing.
It's very depressing. It's very sad. But you know, it is what it is. But you know, going there and like we spent shitloads of money and just
Go and
random
ride the roller
shops
coaster and ignore the homeless people. You've had to step over to get in.
no, we didn't go into the one
Got a
pleasure.
certain point at homeless people. Say we're going home to a house.
So no, we went on. I think it was the North Pier. Well, we went on 2 different piers. I can't remember them. One was the North Pier. But we walked up and down the front. We went to the tower. We went all the way down to the pleasure beach. Stopped in a couple of pubs and the shops and just spent money on rubbish and stuff. But no, it was a good time actually. It was a
We
really
bought
nice.
some fidget spinners when we were in Blackpool. I remember that now. Randomly talking about buying rubbish. That was the big fad when we were there.
Yeah.
Buying fidget spinners was not a random thing one particular year. God, I mean, we're still finding fidget spinners.
That was the year we couldn't
house.
fucking move for everyone, just like everywhere, on every street in every town in the country. Oh, do you want to buy a fidget spinner? This one looks like Batman symbol.
Yeah. No, the big one on the streets were just light up
heroin addicts.
No, just light up electronic spinners and stuff.
Yeah, I see all those at the fairgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, there were.
Did you do the Passage de Terror?
No, it's because you had to get into the.
No, you don't have to go
Pleasure
into
Beach.
the. No, you don't. It's literally right next door. You don't have to go in.
But it's shut
Bottled
at
it.
6. By
Bottled
the time we actually going walking down the front.
I bet it's well busy this
we got down
weekend
to
down there.
Probably, yeah. But no, I did think about it. But yeah, by the time we actually got down there, down that end of the bit, it was after 6. Because that
Harley Dan has lived the life when he went to Blackpool. He got started on by an elderly Scotsman when he went to Blackpool. Nice.
Everybody gets started on by elderly Scotsman.
That's the classic Blackpool story that everyone tells.
But no, it was Diwali as well, actually, at the same time.
Nice.
So we were just about going to sort of try and get down to sleep, and then fucking shitloads of fireworks were going off because everybody went out, because our hotel was looking directly onto the front, and everybody went out and put fireworks out at 12
What was
o'clock.
the hotel like?
Oh, it's fucking diabolical. It was it was so shit.
Mate.
It was.
Was it the sort of hotel you're like, we should just fucking drive home?
Did it look like this hotel? This one looks quite nice.
Okay, so we were the only people in there. It was obviously a converted large house.
Prison.
3 floors. We were at the very top, looking like one of the only ones looking out actually onto the road. But it'd obviously been a place where
people had been murdered,
or hen-dos, or it was the doors have obviously been wanged open. There was holes in the walls where people, like, it looked like people had punched them.
Wow.
It was so shit. It was yeah, but fucking cheap. So,
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Not good. Next time, if we do go again, yeah, maybe not go for a so shit one. It was called the Funky Towers.
It was definitely funky.
Yeah, there was a funk to it. So, but again,
the funk of 50,000 years or something.
It was part of the experience. So, yeah, it was just a bad hotel. Yeah, never mind. It added
It's an
to the experience.
experience.
That's it. Yeah, it was part of it. So.
You can't go to Blackpool and have a nice place to stay, can you?
Well, that's it. Yeah,
And
we're walking
literally,
past
it's
all these
impossible. You
places.
literally can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're walking past these hotels where there are people inside in the bar and enjoying themselves, and there's like little discos going on, and we kind of got to our place and it's fucking dark. We had to use a key to get into the door, and like
you had to use a lockpick to get in.
we got in, and the bloke who was obviously in bed heard the door, opened his door to the front, and looked at us and saw it was us, and okay, and shut his door again. I was like, oh god, like this bloke is so paranoid about random people breaking into his place that he has to check every time the door opens, and oh yeah, it was very weird, but supporting a local business, so
Well done.
and yeah, and not a chain or anything, so not staying at a fucking.
No,
Premier
you've
or
learned. I
anything,
hope you've learned your lesson, and we'll stay at a Holiday Inn in future.
Leave it to the professionals, Dave.
So no, it was something to remember. It wasn't a
making
boring
memories.
holiday. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So yeah, that was the first thing on my list. What I've been doing this week. I finished Only Murders in the Building.
What? Finished?
Yeah.
What? All two series or the first one?
No, there's only one series.
No,
there's two.
Ooh, I didn't know about the second one. All right, I'll have to watch that. Is it called Only Murders in the Building 2?
Yeah.
Or is it
No.
called Only
I
Murders?
think it's called
Only
Only Murders
Murders
in the Building Season 2.
Okay.
You've been watching
Right.
this on some dodgy place to find streams.
Oh, he has, hasn't he? Otherwise, he would have noticed that.
No, I didn't notice the second one.
Red Pirate Roberts.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I like the first season. I didn't realize the second one.
Dude, get Disney Plus. You can watch the second season of that. You can watch the eating documentaries.
And then you can hate yourself
on all your
for
stuff.
watching all the Marvel stuff.
That's all right. At least he's supporting the
the independent businesses of
Yeah.
Marvel and Disney and Star Wars.
Fucking hell. Cool. Okay. That's
so
nice.
did you enjoy it then?
I loved the first season. Yeah.
You can watch She-Hulk too.
Oh, fuck off with She-Hulk.
Are you serious?
Jesus.
It's great.
No, I really can't be bothered with that.
Yeah, but you haven't watched it, have you?
No, but no. I
Fuck off with She-Hulk. Okay. Jesus. Tough crowd.
I can't
You've
be
been
arsed.
told.
I have been told.
The other thing is today I pulled apart my washing machine.
Ooh.
Fuck off with your washing machine.
Yeah. It's a washer dryer, and it wasn't drying, and it actually stopped washing.
Ooh, washer dryer combo.
The washer dryer combo, yeah, with the
I can't get behind you on that one.
No, not a lot of people do. They kind of look at those.
You're asking for trouble. How old is it?
6, 7 years old now.
No, it's fucked. It's fucked.
So
it's not long, is it?
So yeah, it basically was stopped. The water was not draining out of it.
Oh,
that's the problem when you want it to dry.
Well, I thought I wasn't sure what it was.
Was there a sock in the drain?
There was a 50p piece in the waste pipe. Like fit actually perfectly. It must have got spat out the waste pipe and got stuck before the waste clearance part. That was like in the pipe before that, and also the fucking amount of cleaning that I had to do to get all the shit out.
Yeah, but at least you pulled that 50p out and you're like, sweet, we could go back to that hotel and stay another night.
But no, yeah. So basically, I pulled it out, got the waste pipe off, and cleaned all that, and then I took the waste trap off as well and give that a good clean. That was all gunked up with fluff and shit.
God knows what.
Yeah, and then I took the water waste off because it fit into the waste from the kitchen sink, and I took that off and gave all that a really good clean as well. And it done a lovely wash and dry. Now, that took about 4 hours to do.
Nice. That's all right. That makes me laugh. Normal people just say it works.
No, it actually
it did a better job than before.
Before it like it.
Were you getting clothes coming out with like little funny grey marks on?
It's not grey marks, but like whenever it was doing the drying cycle, the whole kitchen stunk because it was pushing the air. Like obviously not a lot because there was a fucking 50p piece stuck in the pipe, but it was pushing all the skanky air into the waste which was coming up through the sink. So yeah, like actually.
So have you got a washing machine in your kitchen?
Yeah, like a peasant.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's pretty standard. Very standard for English homes, though, isn't it?
Well, I feel like because ours is in a completely different room, and now
it
just seems like weird to have it in your washing machine in your kitchen now. But
yeah,
pretty sure that's where I had it in the old days.
Most of Europe has their stuff in the bathroom. Washer and dryer in their bathroom, which is weird. So yeah, so no. Yes, it would be nice to have a utility room, but we don't.
Yeah, my next door neighbour's definitely got it in his kitchen because you can hear that fucking thing going at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're in a terrace, so it's like. Yeah, for fuck's sake. He gets up early. So do we.
But yeah, no, it's it was quite good actually, like getting the whole thing because like I was thinking, if worse comes to worse, and this is actually something physically I can't fix, or it needs a brand new part that's going to be more expensive than a washing machine. At least I know how to take it out and what needs to be done. I think
you've done brilliant, mate. You've done exactly the sort of stuff. This was what this podcast was fucking built on. Those are the foundations of this podcast: is get in, have a go, before you call the man in, right?
But
well done.
But they're fucking every though, those things.
Yeah, but it goes to show you that you know if you're prepared to have a go, right.
Might serve yourself.
Got a screwdriver out. Luckily, there was a nice big sort of service hatch at the back where you just took a few screws off. It took a big plate off.
What brand's your washing dryer?
Hotpoint.
Ooh, they've got a bad rep, haven't they?
It didn't matter what I said, was it?
And handle a 50p. Yeah, you weren't coming out of that one. Yeah. Into shit. Oh. LG, you fucking make tellies, mate.
But yeah, no, it's that big service plate just came off. And,
is it Whirlpool? Is it a Whirlpool, or are they just baths?
But no, it was sort of took the plate off, had a look, had to sort of hitch it up a little bit, put it on a few wooden bits.
I've got some bits of cut off wood that I have to lift off my washing machine with, so I can use that drain hose.
Yeah, that's it. You gotta get it higher to get all the drain off.
It's like, this is a great idea, having this little drain hose, but it's on the floor, so nothing fucking comes out.
But yeah, it's all good, and put a load through today. I did put the first did put the first load through, and the actual drum didn't spin, but it made a really weird noise. I was like, oh god, what have I fucking done? Took everything out, put it through again, and I think I'd got the belt wet when I was messing around with it, and it was slipping on it. But like when there was nothing in there, it was fine. So I left the door open for a while, and then put an empty load through, and then put another load through, and it was fine. Just had to dry a bit.
Yeah, I thought I'd fixed my tumble dryer a while ago, but now it just makes loads of fucking noise again. It's like the belt's fucked. I don't know. I had a broken belt on my tumble dryer when I fixed it before, So I bought another belt. But now it sounds like we rarely use the tumble dryer because obviously it's fucking really ridiculously expensive. But yeah, when it goes on, it's like that doesn't sound right. We wait for a dry day and put it on the fucking line outside.
We just have wet clothes around the house.
No, we don't wash unless there's a dry day. Or like my back room, as long as it's sunny in the morning, my room will heat up because it's big fuck off patio doors, so I can still do some washing and hang it inside. As long as I don't do too much washing. My bed stinks though because I haven't washed that for ages. It doesn't really.
Okay.
Doesn't really.
Neil's bed stinks and Dave is a hero for sorting his washing machine out. Let's move on to what we've been playing.
Well, this should be about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I guess maybe. Well, I mean, there's stuff. Do you want to start us off, Neil? Then we'll just go through here in order.
Oh, okay. I've been playing. There's a game I haven't put on the list. How have I not put that game on the list? It's almost like it was going to get mentioned regardless. I've been playing some Destiny 2 because I have bought the Witch Queen expansion because it was on offer for half price, basically. Not on Steam, but on Green Man Gaming and multiple other places. It's available on the cheap. So I've been. Well, I haven't actually played much of the Witch Queen stuff. I've just been doing the Festival of the Lost largely and playing some PvP, the Crucible, and just picking up some bounties from the vendors on my app, going and doing the jobs and going, yeah, it's quite good this.
So what does the Witch Queen DLC give you?
Gives you the campaign, the story campaign for the Witch Queen, and you do need the Witch Queen to participate in Trials of Osiris on a weekend, which is the hardcore PvP 3v3 mode, where last weekend they actually had freelance available, which is where you can go in as a solo player, and it will matchmake you with 2 other people to play for, and every single person in the freelance playlist is a solo. They all go in as solo and get match made. So normally Trials of Osiris is 3v3. You go in with what they call a fire team, so you're a pre-made team of 3. So generally those teams of 3 are probably play every weekend together, and they know how they're each other's strengths and weaknesses potentially, and they have tactics and all that sort of shit, and have probably played together for years. Whereas last weekend it was a freelance weekend, and I didn't play it because it's too hard. But also power level matters. So you have they still have this power level thing. I feel like Destiny's got more systems than it's ever had. It's just fucking tons of stuff to you can do so much now, which makes it better for the people who play it a lot, I guess, but a bit of a barrier for people who don't, because you've got your main classes are like you Hunter, Warlock, and Titan, and each of those has subclasses with various abilities that you can change, and they've changed loads of stuff from when it first came out, and now you can attach what they call, I can't remember what they're called because there's too many fucking things to remember, but each class, the subclass, has these things you can call fucking fragments, I think they're called. But basically you can boost certain abilities you have with these other fragment things. There's fucking tons. It's really complicated to explain when you've had a few beers. Even if you haven't had a few beers, it's probably quite complicated to explain. And there's plenty of YouTubers that will probably explain it much better than I can. But the actual basic shooting shit feels good. And I do like the PvP. I was a bit off the pace because while the power level doesn't matter in normal PvP, the weapon choices kind of matter. And there's loads of different classes of weapon, but some of those weapons within those classes are better than others. So you've got like auto rifles, you've got hand cannons, you've got submachine guns, you've got fucking what they call fusion rifles, shotguns. There's fucking tons and tons and tons of guns in this game now. But at the end of the day, the actual feeling of the shooting, considering I'm playing with a mouse and keyboard, like to translate, sometimes it just feels a bit. You feel a little bit detached, I guess, compared to playing with a controller, where you get all that vibration and feedback through the controller. You don't get that with a mouse and keyboard, but you get that much more versatility in your movement, I guess, playing mouse and keyboard, which you don't get on the controller. Like the speed with which you can turn and shoot things or miss things. With your mouse, particularly, you miss out on a few things either way, I guess, which way you play. But yeah, so I've not really played any of the campaign, which I actually paid for. I've just been, because there is this Fest of the Lost, which is the seasonal thing, which is only running for another week. I think it's probably till maybe Tuesday. They tend to change things on a Tuesday, 6 p.m. UK time. So yeah, there's a load of fucking quests available for that, and you like go into. There's a specific game mode at the moment where you can go in. You play through. I think I talked about this. You play through the lost sectors, which are a part.
Yeah,
of the
you
game,
definitely talked about that before.
They've been altered for Halloweeny themed, so they're pumpkin fucking head things and shit like that to kill.
Oh my god! What kind of fucking bottom?
Everything's got fucking pumpkins on.
Yeah, man.
Because it's Halloween. But yeah, it's good. It's fucking good, and yeah, once this festival's finished, I think I'll chip on with a campaign. I've got to play it through 3 times because you have to play it through with each class, and some of my classes haven't done the older campaigns, which I've owned for a while, and I'm like, yeah, I've got quite a bit to get on with, to be honest. So yeah, there'll be some more Destiny 2 for sure coming. The new stuff that's launching in February looks very cool. I haven't paid for a season pass this time around, so I don't have access to some of the content that's available for some people who have played for that. But yeah, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm progressing through. It's like a free version of the pass, like a battle pass type of thing. Every season, and if you pay for it, you get extra unlocks. Plus, you get access to an activity, a seasonal activity, which otherwise you don't have access to. Because obviously they've got to make enough money to keep this fucking game going. Because I don't know how much.
I was just thinking, like, I played a bit of Destiny 2, and I think I paid for one DLC. But getting into it now, like, I don't know how much I'd have to pay. Like, would I have to pay for all the DLC?
No, you like I say, you have to. It depends what you want to do. Like, you can pay.
Yeah.
There's it's completely free to play to a point.
Right.
Then you can buy the campaigns, and basically there's a year buy-in. Basically, every 12 months there's an expansion that you buy in to get access to the story progression for the main campaign, and it'll allow you access to certain things. However, there's also, on top of that, the season passes. There's 4 seasons in a year. It's usually like they have their own built-in currency, which you can pay to access the season pass each 3 months. But you can buy the expansion plus the annual pass for a discount, inverted commas, before it starts. But some of the seasonal activities are decent. Some of them are not. So they're all variations on theme. There's also a lot of story progression, but like I watched a video basically before I decided which one I was going to buy, because I've missed this is the third season of this year is going now, so I've missed 2 seasons. So I could have bought the deluxe edition of The Witch Queen at a discount, which would have had all 4 seasons plus the campaign for this 12 months period. But obviously, like I say, I've already missed 2 seasons. You can still play the content for those 2 seasons now, if you haven't done it, and you unlock some extra story stuff, or you can watch all that story stuff on a YouTube video, which people have done. And you don't need to basically pay for that stuff. It's only whether you're interested in doing that seasons of content, or gaining access to all the extra stuff on the Battle Pass. So I'm just like, I just bought the £17.80 expansion for the campaign, the main story campaign. And if I'm interested after I've done that, I can watch the videos of the story stuff that's gone on since then. And then I'm not going to buy them this year, because basically I watched the video and they were like, in this guy's personal opinion, it wasn't worth it, because you could just watch the videos, and it's not like you're locked out of access to any weapons or stuff. You might miss out on some armor, like some cosmetics, basically.
Right.
So, yeah, that's where we are with Destiny 2.
Brilliant.
You should all play it. So we can all play together.
Noise.
You can go and collect some armor and shit and
this
weapons.
Game won't die, will it?
No, it won't die, because it's good. Right. I'm moving on.
Well, that was 5 minutes at least.
I'm moving on from Destiny in terms of the podcast. I downloaded a game from Game Pass. I've downloaded multiple games from the Game Pass this week, but I've only been playing one, and I didn't play that one for a particularly long time. Played it for about an hour, maybe. Chivalry 2, which Dave has played and bought in the past.
I used to play it quite a lot.
Yes,
Dave game.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It is fun. It's fucking hard though.
It is fucking hard. Yeah.
So I played through the tutorial. Why is that stopped playing?
Oh, it's that one.
Yeah.
Why is the video?
Yeah, I remember you playing that.
It's the bashy face bash.
Why is the video not? Anyway, so
video's not playing up, is it?
It's a medieval PvP game.
Yeah, first person.
All pretty much 100%, almost 100% melee combat. There is some bow and arrows and some throwing of weapons and stuff like that. And then there's like trebuchets? There's like siege weapons involved when you're doing some of the things. I don't know about trebuchets, but there's big fuck off catapults that you can get on and stuff. I was pushing some cannons along the other day. I remember in a game mode that we were doing. It was a bit like Overwatch, where you had to like stand near the guns, and once you'd killed so many people or whatever, it would move them towards a point, and then you'd blow up some walls and stuff like that.
The objectives moved depending on how well you were doing on the map. Yeah.
So it's funny. It's hard though, because I don't know, because it was basically my first game. I did play through the tutorial, and it was fairly straight. I'm like, I'm doing okay, because it throws you into like you do like literally stage by stage, like a dojo type almost of thing. Like you go and learn how to do blocking, learn how to do swipe. Like when you swing your weapon, you have to turn the camera at the same time, so it swings it from like right to left or left to right, whichever way you're doing it. To get like avoid blocks from the other people. Why is this being such a dick and not playing?
What?
So I have not played loads of it, but it's funny when you're playing. There's stupid fucking noises you can make by pressing certain keys on the keyboard and shit like that. So
Yeah. So,
It's a good laugh.
some of the multiplayer servers are 64 players, so 32 versus 32. So it's massive. Playing against 32 other people with 32 people on your side. Yeah.
You can hit your own team as well, which is quite funny. Comes up team damage, and like, oops, and then you can say sorry to your teammates.
Friendly fire is a thing. It's everything is hardcore mode. So yeah, there's no it's every difficulty is set on high. There's no what's it called? Like not quick sniping, but playing with a controller doesn't help. It doesn't. What's the word I'm thinking? Aim assist. There's no aim assists on it.
No, there's nothing like that shit.
Yeah. It's just full on hardcore, but fun and stupid and silly, but also really difficult. Yeah. It's when I got into the game originally, I really got into it because it was so stupid and just fun to play. And when you started to get good at the combat, you understood it. And when you came across people that were also at the same or higher sort of knowledge of you of how the combat worked, it was really fun to have one-on-ones with a big war going on around you, but you were just having a one-to-one, and then somebody comes and fucking smacks you with a chair around the back of your head.
I found it quite hard. Like, it was weird because I played through the tutorial, and then you get thrown into what appears to be like a PvP game, but I think it's just full of bots, and it was really easy. Right. I was like, oh, this is fun. Yeah. And then I played a proper PvP game, and it was not fun because I was just getting murdered constantly.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it's still quite funny at the same time, even though you're dying. Because it's like, when you've downed someone and they're dead, you can just continue to chop their limbs off and stuff, stupid stuff like that. It's just like, it is comedic, almost, but it's hard at the same time. But and you need to pay attention to what you're doing, otherwise you'll be shit.
But, there is a level of skill that you need, and then
because you can block, and if you time it like with someone, you can counter parry attacks and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of key to doing. Like, there's no leveling, is there? So there's no everyone's like the same in a PvP game. So
there is leveling in that the gear that you can have, but it doesn't have any bearing on. It
doesn't affect the fact that you can block that weapon, or you can counter each attack that they have, or whatever, thing like that. So
yeah, exactly.
It's a level playing field. It's just all about your skill, unfortunately.
Yeah. That what was you playing on Epic Game Pass? Not Epic.
It was on Game Pass, so it came to Game Pass. I got 3 achievements this week, which is what I needed to do my rewards this week.
Okay. Yeah, no, I that's right. I bought it on Epic. Yeah, it came out to Game Pass, didn't it?
I'm assuming it's crossplay though, because I don't know. To be fair, but
hopefully so. Because I got a bit annoyed with it on when I was playing with it, because there was just not a lot of people playing when I bought it on Epic. So that's actually the reason why I stopped playing. But if it is crossplay and it is on Game Pass, then it's actually a new lease of life that I think the game probably needed to get a lot of new players on. So actually, I might look at it again and see if there's a lot more of a community playing now.
Well, you can definitely you can squad up and stuff like that, can't you? So
yeah,
as far as I know.
No,
it was funny, and it'd be good if you could get a group of you together. It would be quite a good laugh. And you can, like I say, you can throw massive fucking axes at people and shit like that. That's quite funny when you see them impaled, and and the screaming and the yelping and God knows what, the weird battle cries and shit going on.
Yeah,
people just yelling as they run into battle and stuff like that. It's just funny.
Yeah. and it's funny, and then like 10 people do it around you, like running in, and it's like, actually, this is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's decent. It's definitely well made, and it works.
Mm.
So from what I've seen, so yeah, it's good crack.
Cool.
I played another game. If I'm
Yes.
continuing, called. Well, it was a demo of a game that I'd had sitting on my hard drive since the Next Fest on Steam. It's called Dark Knot. I assume it's called. That's how you pronounce it. It's Darknot. So I'm calling it Dark. So that's what it looks like to me. Well, this game is fucking weird. It reminded me of a shit Evil Within.
Am I?
And that's saying something because I thought Evil Within was a pretty shit. Yeah. It's really fucking odd. It's only a demo, obviously, so it's not finished, but it felt, well, definitely felt unfinished. It was a survival horror, I guess, of sorts. It was a little pretty janky, and wasn't very good at telling you what to do or making it obvious what you needed to do. And there's like a bit of monologuing going on through the game, like you're talking, but I'm guessing it's just your voice in your head talking because the guy's lips do not ever move, even if it looks like he is talking to somebody. So sometimes it looks very nice, and then it just runs like shit at times. So I don't think I'll be buying it. Put it up. It was very occult. Like the guy is. You start off basically in a bedroom, and you pick up a candle. It's lit. The lighting is super fucking dark everywhere. You can't see fuck all. You're apparently what appears to be your son is in bed sleeping, and he said something about he's murmuring and blah blah blah. And then you've got to explore your apartment. It doesn't tell you what you've got to fucking do. You're just walking around, and it's like you pick something up. It says, "Oh, this does this." It's like, well, I don't know what that means. And eventually, you find out there's a little room in your apartment where you have to put some bits and pieces. And once you do some things, events will be triggered in the game, and things will then move forward. And eventually, once you've triggered I fucking can't even remember what it's called. You do like a summoning, and you then get transported into this other world, because basically you start the game and you're in first person mode, and once you've done the thing, you transfer into the third person game, which is where it starts to look a bit more like Evil Within. But oh my god, all the combat I've had is shit. I've not had any guns or anything like that. I picked up a broken pipe off of some gas-like line, and that's the only weapon I've found to beat things with. The enemies are weird. It's just very odd. It's really difficult. It looks like it could be a very highly polished game at times, but then it's just not at all in other ways. Like the voice acting is horrendous. It's like, I don't know if it's just like placeholder, but it's like this is a bit odd. So yeah, we'll see.
What sort of level? What sort of level is it? I didn't look at the video. Did you pull up a video of it?
Yeah, it's going on.
Like, is it sort of like a triple? It's not a AAA title.
It's definitely not
AAA.
AAA. No.
Like,
but like I say, the graphics are nice to an extent, but it's just a little bit odd. Like I say, it's definitely not finished. I don't know to what extent it'll be finished in the future, but
right.
Yeah, there's a story going in there. I don't know. It's definitely
not selling it to me.
I definitely don't think I'll be playing it again. But I did play it this week, so I thought I had to talk about it.
Was that a demo on Steam? Was it?
It was a demo on Steam. I think the demo is probably still available, but yeah, it's proper weird. I don't know.
So it's
Send it
dark,
over to the
dark.
veteran gamers. Someone over
The
there.
light
Like
switches are red down so that you can see them in the dark, I think, is the idea. Because you can't see, like, you walk into a room and it's fucking proper dark. The lighting's
It's pitch black. Right.
yeah. So, and then once you get into the alternate reality, what appears to be an alternate reality, yeah, it's definitely just a bit weird. I couldn't get on with it, but like I say, I didn't really like Evil Within either. It's that kind of vibe, just a bit fucking weird. But this is definitely not as good as Evil Within, so we'll see.
All right. Okay. That you done then?
That's me done. Other than the main game, obviously.
Other than the obvious Hunt Showdown, which I think there's not much to mention about. I mean, we can mention it briefly right now. We're not going into any depth on Hunt Showdown, are we? The fact that we still continue to play it, perfecting our challenges.
You're talking about it now, are you?
Yeah, I'll just talk about it now quickly. But we're in the middle of the Halloween quest, which just started. So the last few games the games over the last couple of days have all been based around people trying to smash pumpkins, or they give you all these quests, like these quest lines to do. And if you get to the end of the quest lines, we get a free legendary hunter. Well, not free because you've earned it, basically. But I like it. I love the fact that they give you these quests and stuff. You know, they give you a little bit of variety going into the game. They force you to try different ammo types or different weapons. Neil and I have both been running quests today to like use certain ammo types to injure hunters or whatnot.
Like bullets with butterfly wings, or
like dum bullets that cause bleeding. So they'll send you in, like, to say, you know, you need to complete the section of the quest. You have to get, you know, make 3 hunters bleed. Well, the easiest way to do that is to hit them with dum bullets, right? So you take a gun in with dum that runs dum bullets, because not all guns run the same bullet types. So yeah, it changes it up nicely. So we're still having some good games, still figuring the game out. You got anything to add, Neil?
No, I've not played it quite as much this week. No, I don't think either of us have really played it as much.
Actually, you know what? I have played. I took a break over the weekend, but I picked it back up I think it was on Tuesday. I played quite a lot of solo this week, which I really enjoyed. I've been getting my solo mojo on. Excuse me. Which has been fun.
Bless you.
But it continues to be the game right now. Capcom had a sale.
Capcom
had. I'm moving on now from Hunt. Did you have something you wanted to add?
No, it's fine.
Our listeners will be pleased. Yeah, we won't dwell on Hunt too long this weekend. So this week, so Capcom had a sale, which they normally do every sort of year, where tons of stuff was on sale, and Resident Evil 3 was 70% off. So I picked that up because it's one of the few Resident Evil 3, the remake. It's one of the sort of few Resident Evil games on my radar that I've still yet to play. So I got that. I loaded it up.
Remember 3. Who was you playing as?
Some
Jill.
girl. Jill. Yeah, is it Jill Valentine? I guess it's Jill Valentine. Yeah, so I loaded that up, played it. I think I was trying to think about it. If I had paid full pop for this, I'd have been disappointed. At $14 or $15 or whatever I paid for it, I got no bones to make about it. It's not brilliant, but it is Resident Evil. It is over the shoulder, slowly walking, trying to avoid, trying to preserve your bullets as much as possible. There's no ammo around. You get killed tons and then have to restart until you figure out, ways to avoid problems or whatnot.
To get green herbs and red herbs.
Yeah. Get your herbs combined. Gunpowder. You combine gunpowder and whatnot.
So if, for example, you see that the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes are on offer together in a bundle for £16.
Yes.
Would you say you should play 3 before 2 because 2's better? Or just not even bother with 3?
I no, because I wouldn't say don't bother with 3 because I want to finish it. It's not good enough that it's drawing me to play it, but I'll certainly I've decided that if I can get to do some streaming on, I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream this weekend. It's my son's birthday on Sunday. We'll see.
Fuck
He'll
off.
be playing video games with his actual friends.
He won't care. He won't care. Then I'll push ahead and finish it. It's not great. It really isn't great. It doesn't really do anything. Like when you played the remake of 2, it's really hard to describe, and I don't even know what 2 did that was. 2 just seemed to be full of excellent quality of life improvements. It was a good game anyway, I think, a better game anyway. I just think Resident Evil 3 probably isn't that great a game. You know, it's more Resident Evil, but it's not a great one in the series. I don't really like this Nemesis guy who keeps turning up and just, the whole point is just to avoid him. Like that after, once you've done that once.
As well? Isn't he in 2?
Yeah,
not
it
him,
is, but
Mr. X, is it? Or
the Man in Black or whatever it is, or Mr. X. Yeah. I must admit, I didn't like that either. But it does. But the game is good enough that it can carry it. This one just doesn't. I just don't think it's good enough to carry it. It's just not a great game. But it's not a bad game. Like it's not a great Resident Evil game. I think there are other ones you could definitely play, which I think are better.
Is the HD remaster worth getting? Of the original Resident Evil 1?
I played that and enjoyed it.
Because that's basically just a bit of a lick of paint, isn't it? It's still Resident Evil 1, but it looks a bit nicer.
Yeah, they're all just a lick of paint.
No, because 2's a full remake. Because 2 was still tank controls.
No, they're not.
Like
honestly,
Resident Evil 1.
Go have a look and watch Resident Evil 3 PlayStation 2, a walkthrough on YouTube, right? And then go watch a PlayStation 3 remake. They're just, it's night and day. It absolutely is night and day.
What in
core game? Yeah, I mean the way you see, like if you go watch like the shuffling of the characters, like shut, to move around and all that sort of stuff. Like it doesn't really transfer well into audio, but I'm doing an impression of.
I don't know. That was pretty good audio.
Yeah, it was all right, wasn't it? It is night. It is night and day. Go check that out. But
there's no
at the same time.
At
the same time, I sort of agree with Dave a little bit too, which is like, yeah, it's not really that much different. Yeah, I don't know. I think like for $15, it's fine. It's fine for $15.
What do you expect for $15?
Yeah, full price though. I can see, and I remember people were like, "This ain't that great. It's not as good a remake as 2."
People loved 2, but were a bit met on 3.
Yeah, it's just I think its problem is that 3 just isn't a great game anyway. Because back in the day,
do you remember all of them? I don't really remember all of them. I don't know if I've not played all of them. I remember I played 4, I played 5, I played maybe 6. I've definitely played some of the earlier ones. I've definitely played the first one, but other than the first one, I'm not sure if I played 2. I played 3, Veronica, whatever the other fucking ones were that came out that weren't called 4 or 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I played the main games, but not the named ones. I think I was yeah.
Like Code Veronica was good, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Can't remember.
I didn't play it. I don't think.
Can't remember. There's other ones tucked in there, like Revelations isn't that great, but Revelations 2 I thought was very good. Yeah, there's lots of odd stuff in there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to sit down. I'd like to finish it. I'll be annoyed if I don't finish it. I think I owe it to my allegiance to the series to at least just finish it. The things that did bug me about it was I was playing it, and there was one point where you get killed quite a lot, usually when you encounter the next sort of stage of enemies, right? Or a new area, something fucks you up. And then if it fucks you up a couple of times, it suddenly goes, "Do you want to change to easy mode? Because you fucking need to get good."
Because you're a loser.
Right? The problem, and if you press the button, that means you accept changing it. And so I was like, thumbstick down or down, down to no, I don't want to change it. Get killed again. Dad, you suck. Do you want to change or what? Down to no, I don't. And then I was playing a little bit later on another level where I was in these sewers, and this thing fucked me up, as it is wont to do in this game. And I wasn't paying attention. And like later on, like not long after, but just a little bit later on, a few minutes, I went, I've got a machine gun. Like, well, how the fuck did I get a machine gun? Like, I don't remember picking up a machine gun, but I had skipped cutscenes, right? So I was like, well, maybe somebody gave me it. So I tried to watch the cutscenes, but in the end, I just couldn't be doing with it. And then, and so I was like, okay, well, maybe somebody handed me a machine gun in one of the cutscenes that I just skipped. And it wasn't until I was reading something that, or I can't remember what it was. It said something about the easy mode, that it drops down the health of the enemies and it gives you a machine gun from the start. I was like, for fuck's sake. So, and I can't change it back now because I've saved. And I was like, it was never my intention to play on easy mode.
Right.
And I've already overwritten that save. So I'm a bit pissed off about that. But I guess I'll just have to continue in easy mode. What else can I do?
Just start all over again.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. That's as bad as a fucking save game.
Yeah. I mean, that could be, that's an interesting thing to say because, a lot of games where you get better at shit and you think, okay, well, I can go back and like start from the beginning and I'll breeze through. Like if you play Resident Evil 4, like about a good sort of few hours in, your combat level should be much better, right? You know how the character moves. You can take into account what you need to do to take things down. You pretty much start steamrolling through common enemies. But I don't feel like that's the case with this. I just feel it's got, maybe there's a level of jank to it, which just doesn't, it hasn't got the secret sauce that some of the other games have. And therefore it stands out. If this didn't have Resident Evil attached to it as the name.
This sounds like it could be Dark Knot.
I don't know. I saw a little clip of that Dark Knot. I don't think like it looks good in parts. There was really good. Actually, there was one bit where I went into a level, and I think it's the level that's on the screen now. Maybe. Yeah, it is. They got some really cool effects of blood dripping off the wall, off the ceiling, and stuff like that. So there's lots of little things where I'm just like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That looks excellent. That's really nice. Like the guy who's chasing you all the time, the Nemesis. He is cool. Like
Just annoying though.
And they've got the character of Jill right. She's really nice. She's really good. They've got a great voice actor for her or whatever. So they have, the level of polish that they've put on it is pretty good. It's just, it's not, for some reason, it's just not all there. I don't know what it is. So it's sort of like a, yeah.
The thing is, the Resi 2 was really good and really well received.
Yes.
The remake we're talking about specifically.
Yeah. But I am saying, like, if you can pick this up on the deal like I did, you get, it's worth it for that.
So,
for sure.
Where do you find that deal?
If I had 2 and 3 and hadn't played either of them, would I play 3 before 2? Because 2 would be better, and after I played 2, 3 would just seem really shit.
That might not be a bad idea. But then again, you could play 3 and go, oh my God, this is so shit. So now I'm going to play 2. 2's probably worse. Unless
no, because I know 2's decent.
Yeah.
But 3 has definitely got mixed reviews.
I don't know. It scratches an itch. It scratches a Resident Evil itch, which is
it's
pretty
Halloween, so there's loads of sales on everywhere.
Where did you say it was? It
Steam.
was at Frez?
It was on Steam, yeah.
Like everywhere, like that sells Steam keys is all got sales on as well. So like Green Man Gaming, Humble Store, blah blah blah. And I assume Xbox and PlayStation's definitely got some stuff going on. And Xbox has as well. So like Destiny was cheap. There's lots of cheap games for the next few days.
She's very liberal with the shotgun shells in that video. Must be nice.
Well, you only get like three bullets normally.
Exactly right. Save shotguns for the big guys. Okay, that's me done. Then I guess it's on to you, Dave.
Cool. So, I played a game that Neil said about last podcast.
Wasn't me. Don't tar me with this brush.
The Phantom Abyss. You did say about it.
No, Fraser was the one that started on this.
What was that? It was a game on Xbox Game Pass. Released by, well, it's in early access, as everything is nowadays.
Game preview, they call it, don't they?
Yeah, something like that.
Phantom Abyss. I don't even know what we're talking about here.
You were the one who fucking said about this game. No, you said you saw it somewhere or whatever. Said this looks like it could be fun with like for post podcast play or whatever.
Oh, is this the Runner game?
Yeah.
It's not very good. I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet.
It's okay.
Downloaded it. I haven't played it either.
It's basically Tomb Raider in 3D first-person platforming, and you are theoretically tasked against other people that try to complete levels or these temples, and yeah, you've got to run through them and collect the relic at the end.
So you chasing ghosts? Yeah.
So ghosts are there to show what other people have done on the temple, and theoretically some of these temples can only be completed by one person. So when you go into a temple, you know that you're the only person that's done it. So there are ghosts of previous players that have gone through but died there, and you can see where they've died. And I'm not 100% sure if you're playing against other people real time or their recordings of their actions. But yeah, it's an interesting. It's like I've jokingly put Phantom Abysmal on what I'm playing. It's okay. I've realised I don't particularly like 3D platforming games.
First person platforming particularly.
But
there's a reason you don't see much of it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's yeah. Basically,
I thought this game was like 4 of us would line up and we would all run and who can get to the relic, right? And avoiding obstacles and stuff like that. Is that not what it is?
Not at the moment. No. No. This is single player. Play against the environment, but you can see the ghosts of previous players that have tried and failed.
Right. Okay. No, that's not what I wanted.
So there is some fun in it, but it's not great. Not at the moment, anyway. It's interesting. But yeah, not for me. I played a couple of games. Did a couple of temples. There is some interesting things that you go through. So some of the temples are cursed, and you're sort of being chased by something, and you've got to take alternative routes through temples, or you've got to double back on yourself for various things and dodge like ghost, a being that makes your screen goes funny. But yeah,
you've got a whip though.
You have a whip. And you can
upgrade.
You can upgrade the whip to whip when you're in the air, or have longer sort of whip functionality, which sort of pulls you towards platforms and stuff like that. So the actual platform itself, I thought was quite good. What was that game? What was the game that you had was the platforming, and it was you had to duck under the red things and jump over them. I can't fucking remember now. But it felt quite satisfying actually doing the running and jumping.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge. That's it. It felt a little bit like that, with how it was you were vaulting over or sort of jumping up and over obstacles or up on top of obstacles and stuff like that. So yeah, that did feel quite good, but yeah, it was the actual game itself. Yeah, it didn't capture me.
Well, I did download it, so I think I still might.
I think it's worth a half-hour play, and then you'll get the gist of it.
It's worth it. It's worth it for me to check it out.
Check it out. Yeah, let's give it 30 minutes.
Even though I don't really want to check it out.
It's free. It's on Game Pass. Again, it's the what do they call it? The preview, early
game
preview, game preview,
early access.
So maybe wait until it's not in game preview and check out a proper the full game,
and then check it out.
Yeah. The only other game I've really been playing is RimWorld.
Okay, I guess that's the end of the show.
Savage.
Yeah.
I'm only kidding.
I would never say anything like that.
You would.
The funny thing is, I really wanted to play more X4, but fucking RimWorld as
you're hooked.
I thought you were done. I thought X4 had lost its luster a little bit towards the end there, or were you just trying to justify your RimWorld playing?
I think I don't know the way I'm
pretty sure X got a little bit of shade the last time you mentioned it.
A little bit, but I still really want to play it. Because
3 then.
Yeah. No, I really want to sort of get to an end of game X4 and rule the galaxy. I want to sort of be a pivot, like a pivotal point in how everything goes and be the main faction and yeah.
When you play these big games like this and then you've conquered the world and the universe, do you ever sit back and just fucking put your arms behind your head and just bask in it for a little while?
I don't think I've ever got there. I think I've always been like, oh yeah, like I can, like maybe if I put a few more hours in, I was like, nah, I'm bored now. Go to the next game.
So these games feel like they never fucking end, though.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's like, and then it gets to that point where you just go, "Yep, I'm done."
So, yeah.
Not in any game's interest these days to do that, is it?
And it's the same with RimWorld. It's the same with this new. I'm playing RimWorld with all the DLC but no mods active. So it is theoretically easier and how I've been playing it, but this new biotech expansion adds so much change. I'm still getting my head around it.
I have a feeling my son was playing this the other day,
right?
And he mentioned something about like suddenly the kids were being eaten or something, or being used as food. It like went super dark or something like that. Some scenarios in it where if you sat back and really think about it, it's
yeah. So the biotech DLC adds children and bio sculpting.
Or did you say you did that last week? Somebody did. And
No, I didn't.
No, it's probably a 16-year-old.
He only kicks in 5-year-olds.
No, I didn't. Yeah. So yeah,
that's week, the next DLC.
Yeah, this week
5-year-old punching DLC.
I discovered that children were a thing now in this new DLC. That basically it's the previous way that you would get characters is you would recruit them or you would capture them and sort of turn them onto your side. But now your pawns, people, can have children or you can recruit children, and they're children. They're pretty shit. so they can,
Unless there's a lot of them, then they're hardcore.
unless there's a lot of them. But
At
you can
least
arm
50.
you can arm your children now, so you can have a very cheap military defense.
It's very dark. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty shit. But you can stick them in a biopod and artificially age them, as you will. So they'll be pretty shit. They'll be childlike, but that'll actually be in adult
It's like
body.
a 5-year-old brain in a 30-year-old man's body.
Yeah, pretty much. So they'll be a bit more resilient
It's
to being
definitely
shot.
dark. That is.
Yeah, it's all pretty shit. But it adds a new layer of how do I maximize my sort of group, my tribe, my colony, by do I have like slowly aged and very sort of well skilled people to
And
do
perhaps
things,
more balanced.
or like very young but like resilient, aged, or very expendable, and don't use
more
them.
of them, right? Quicker replenishment of the workforce.
So there's lots of like interesting
questionable routes to go down.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun of this, is that there's no right answer. They're pretty much all wrong answers. But what's the best wrong answer that you can have fun with? So I've been playing like
He's got an army of 5-year-olds.
Then actually no, I've got no children in my colony at the moment because they're all dead.
Because you've murdered them all by sending them into battle.
I sent them all off onto a quest to take out a rival faction. Yeah, they didn't come back. So yeah, it's and yeah, I've kicked it off up a notch. I'm playing Iron Man mode, where normally like you fucking save scum this shit and you would do the best things possible. And I was like, no, this time, no cool, no take backs on anything like that. And yeah, it's a brutal game, and it's a story builder. You create the stories. So yeah, just loving it at the moment.
Have you done any 3 or 4 in the morning stints this week?
No, not this week.
It's definitely been
no,
up
not
quite late, Dave. You're lying.
I've
It's definitely been a couple of 2 o'clocks.
No.
There's been a few 2 o'clocks.
Oh. Well, that's okay. 2 o'clock is
because
sort of
I know
like,
when I go to work, when I'm working all night, I see Dave is still online. When I'm doing my quests, my Game Pass quests, Dave's still online.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's why X4 hasn't taken. I haven't had any chance to play X4 because I've been playing.
Because he's been sleeping while he should be working.
Well, luckily I've been off all week, so yeah, it's So I had not around Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday.
Oh, you've actually had some sleep.
Was not a thing
this week. Instead of having to get up and go to work.
I know.
Did you have a nice week off? Did you get a chance to chill out?
Yeah, a little bit on Thursday.
You never. It's hard to chill out at home.
Oh, like whenever this is why I have random days off, because I tell the missus I've got a week off. I've got loads of stuff that you can do. So I just end up with a fucking day of
fixing the fucking washing machine.
Yeah. So yeah, I got fucking in-laws coming around tomorrow, and I've got to go out.
I got to remind you that we're still live and recording this.
Yeah.
Before you say something that you might regret in the future.
No. And then I'm sure I've got something. The missus booked me up on Sunday, so yeah, and then back to work on Monday.
You got to grab your moments where you can. You've done a fucking great start in building that shed, mate.
Yeah.
That is
It's-
awesome.
Yeah, I just have to book time off. I've got to book time off.
You have to
Like,
book
You
Dave
got
time.
big time off
Yeah.
of time off.
Yeah. I was like, I'm in here. I got
You
to
have to book holiday at work and at home.
That's it. I've got to put it in the calendar, like not available between his times, and then like, yeah, that's my time. This is why I'm up late at night, because like,
Right.
yeah.
Yep, that's why I'm up early in the mornings.
So yeah, and that's it. That's my gaming week. Hopefully, I don't know what's on Game Pass this week. I don't know if anything's.
Well, there's some
dropped.
good games. Good. The game that came out yesterday on Epic is apparently good.
Yeah.
Saturnalia, is it? That's supposed to be good. The Signalis game that came out on Game Pass looks pretty interesting.
That rings a
I've
bell. I can't
downloaded
remember
that.
why.
It looks pretty cool.
What is that?
I'm going to be playing that. I don't know. It's a game. Came out on Game Pass.
Okay.
It's top. I don't know. I don't know how to describe
Don't worry about it. I'll find it.
I haven't played much. I haven't
It's
played
just
it
the
at
name
all.
rings a
I've
bell
just
for some
downloaded it.
reason.
Look cool anyway.
Hunt Showdown. Got that on this week.
That's all right. I've heard that's all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Dave, do you want to do the?
Like I say, lots of sales on at the moment, so check them out.
Fucking quality.
Oh, Plague Tale. We should be playing that, shouldn't we? On Game Pass.
I heard. Didn't Stu say it wasn't very good? Somebody said it was shit
No.
at the start.
I don't know about that.
You want to go check it out, mate?
Frog Detective, the entire mystery, came out on Game Pass. Gunfire Reborn. There's a few games that look pretty cool on Game Pass.
Gunfire Reborn is actually highly rated.
Yeah,
I think the
Frog Detective game is supposed to be alright, actually.
Frog Detective.
Yeah.
I looked that up. It looks a little bit too story, I think. Anyway, don't take my word for it.
Check it out. We stop now because I need a wee.
Remember, repeating shit, it becomes funnier. Okay, we all know it.
That's how we ended up here.
All right, Dave, do you want to do your final bit? We can get out of here.
I will do. So,
read it out.
So, thank you for listening to the Seal Podcast. If you'd like to ask us questions or get involved, please contact us either on Twitter at Seal Podcast, email us at sealpodcast@gmail.com, or join us on Discord server. A link is pinned on Twitter. We have a YouTube and Twitch channels, which we'll upload and stream to regularly. Neil, do a shout out for Twitch.
Oh, mate, I don't know if I can. Baron, Von Glower, Hardly Dan, Quaxel, Lord, Sumu in there early on. It's a Stinky Poo, and then some old twats. But Fraser Moo and Bertha. Thank you, everyone, for watching, listening.
I think if anybody wants to hit us up and let us know their celebrity who they've had an interaction with, I think that's the best way. Met or said hello to and had a reply. Let us know.
Yeah. Yep. Get those in. That'll be a good laugh.
I think that'll be funny.
It's going to take a lot to beat Debbie Harry being past mustard. What was the other one? Somebody said, I can't even remember. I have to go back and listen. There was another one that was similar, wasn't it?
What, anyway. Me showing Frank Bruno where the jam was?
There's that one too. There's that one too. Oh, I've lost half the chat. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us.
Hardy Dan met the Queen.
No, the Queen. That's proper. That's hardcore. Yeah, there was another one. What was it? Gary Wilmot on the train? I can't remember.
Gary Wilmot on the train. That was me as well.
All right. Anyway. Okay. Let's call that a day. Thanks, everyone. See you later.
Thanks, guys.
See you next time. Cheers.
Bye.